This is Eagle 102, KJFM, Louisiana Bowling Green, all day and all night. KJFM, Eagle 102. Area High School basketball is on the air. Every week, Eagle 102 brings you the best of area high school sports. On air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. Now to the court for high school basketball on your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.
Well, actually, we are still in the JV matchup here at Silex High School because we're in overtime. That's right. We've got some excitement going on here in the high school gym where they are playing Francis Howe Central's junior varsity team. The Lady Owls are. Of course, we've got the Silex Lady Owls and Louisiana Lady Bulldogs coming up for you next. It is 10.1 seconds to go, and right now Francis Howe's on top by the score of 42-38. And looking for another free throw here, so it looks like it'll be Francis Howe coming away with this victory. We're going to have a very special guest with us coming up in our next broadcast, as Haley Leek, the alum from here at Silex High School, will be joining us. She also happens to be the head coach at Francis Howe, and she's over on the bench right now, so we're going to catch up with that. We also have a senior night activities taking place in between games, so we want to be sure to pass that along to you as well. Remember, you can find all this not only on air at 102.1 FM, but we also have it for you online at kjfmradio.com, on your KJFM radio app, and on Alexa. So the game ends, and the junior varsity team from Francis Howe Central gets the win over Silex by the score of 43-38. So we'll continue, like I said, to keep it right here. We'll get into all the pregame stuff after the senior night activities as they are shaking hands. Want to remind folks that the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament starts next week. I know it's crazy to think that we're already at the end of January. It's funny how the time flies when you're having fun, and we'll tell you a little bit about the Silex Lady Owls here real quick, where they are seated. They came into the tournament seated number 3 after probably getting the win over Clopton in that third place game, because Clopton comes in 4, Ellsbury's 1, Winfield's 2, and that's kind of the order that they win in at the Clopton Invitational Tournament. That's the places they ended up, so not a big shot there. Silex will take on number 6 Louisiana, which is who they're going to face tonight. They play that game at 6:50 Monday night in the middle school gym. Other games also at 6:50 in the high school gym will be number 2 Winfield take on number 7 Bowling Green. Early games, number 1 Ellsbury will take on number 8 Vanfar at 5:30 in the high school gym, followed by number 4 Clopton. Nope, I had those wrong for you. The 5:30 game in the middle school gym is number 4 Clopton taking on number 5 North Callaway. Let me try this all over again. The schedule for Monday night. 5:30 games. In the high school gym, number 1 Ellsbury will take on number 8 Vanfar at 5:30. That'll be followed by the 6:50 game of number 2 Winfield taking on number 7 Bowling Green. In the middle school gym at 5:30, number 4 Clopton will take on number 5 North Callaway, followed by number 3 Silex taking on number 6 Louisiana. So that's what the girls' night looks like. When we look to Tuesday night to the boys' night, well, again, at 5:30 in the high school gym, number 1 Ellsbury will take on number 8 Silex, and that'll be followed by number 2 Clopton taking on number 7 Bowling Green. In the middle school gym on Tuesday night, number 4 Louisiana will face number 5 Clopton, followed by number 3 North Callaway taking on number 6 Winfield. So that's how opening rounds at the Bowling Green Invitational will take place. You can find full brackets online now at kjfmradio.com. Also want to remind you that we had the Palmyra, the Tony Lenzini tournament going on right now as well. We've got Mark Twain and Vanfar up there playing, so continue to keep up to date with those results on the scoreboard pages at kjfmradio.com as well. So we're getting ready for senior night, and I'm going to turn it over to their PA announcer. Well, Susie starts talking again.
First senior is cheerleader Lexi James. Her goal after high school is to become an early childhood education teacher. Favorite career. Late night bus rides and snuggling with Keegan Burhorse. Next we have our basketball managers. First up is Keaton Johnston. Kate is being escorted by her parents, Amy and James Johnson. Her goal after high school, she plans to attend Mizzou, studying psychology, and to become a therapist. Favorite memory is when she was filming a basketball game with Natalie, and her mom sent her a text saying she could hear our entire conversation over live stream. Next up, we have Haley Kinsey. Haley's being escorted by her parents, Stephen and Teresa Kinsey. Goal after high school to attend Mizzou and major in political science. Natalie's favorite memory? Screaming her head off during the third place game at the Cloudman tournament, even though she barely had a voice. That's Natalie Kinsey. Our next basketball manager is Emma Pickens. Emma is the daughter of Joanne and Randy Pickens. Goal after high school is to attend Columbia College and pursue a degree in nursing. Favorite memory was watching the team beat Clopton, earning third place in the Clopton tournament. Emma Pickens. The next senior is Casey Williams. Casey is the daughter of Tim and Chris Williams. Casey plans to go to Mizzou and study plant science. And her favorite memory? Beating Clopton. Casey Williams. Now our basketball players. First up, we've got Sarah Bradicke. Sarah is the daughter of Neil and Melinda Bradicke. Plans after high school, attend Missouri Valley, play basketball, and get a degree in accounting. Favorite memory is celebrating with Coach James and Coach Kate in the locker room after, you guessed it, beating Clopton. Came down to 17. Sarah Bradicke. Our next senior hooper, Maddie Hall. Maddie is the daughter of Scott and Christy Hall. After high school, she plans to attend Truman State and graduate with an ag degree. Her favorite memory? Anytime we beat Clopton. Maddie Hall. Our next senior is Kate Kinsey. Kate is the daughter of Rick and Donna Kinsey. Plans after high school, get a bachelor's degree in nursing. Her favorite basketball memory is making a game-winning shot. And probably also beating Clopton, right? That's Kate Kinsey. Next we have Tori Mudd. Tori is the daughter of Billy and Tasha Mudd. She plans to attend Mizzou, majoring in psychology, and eventually become a forensic psychologist. Her favorite memory? When Taya and I missed back-to-back layups and started laughing uncontrollably on the court. Tori Mudd. Next we have Rita Thurman. Rita is the daughter of Tim and Stephanie Thurman. She plans to attend Franciscan University, majoring in nursing. Favorite memory? Every close game we've ever played. The adrenaline rush during the game and the exhaustion after it is so much fun. Rita Thurman. And our last senior, Tam Williams. Tam is the daughter of Jason and Lauren Williams. After high school, she plans to attend Mizzou and go into business. Her favorite memory? When Tori and I start laughing at each other on the court after we do something embarrassing. Taya Williams.
All right, that is the senior introductions here at Silex High School. If you missed it, I think their favorite memories or of beating Clopton. That seems to be the consensus. We're going to break down the Silex Lady Owls and Louisiana Lady Bulldogs matchup for you coming up next, as we've got the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show right around the corner here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Southside, Lynn's Heritage House, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Some never even fill their prescription, even if they don't feel well. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, your local Health Mart pharmacy is here to help. For fast, friendly service and affordable prices every day, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance, Cindy Blaylock Agent, and Bowie General Services.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. It's time now for the Eagle 102 pregame show. Sponsored by Bowling Green Pharmacy.
Well, I mentioned that Haley Leek will be joining us here in just a little bit, meeting with some, we'll call them fans. She's back in the area here. She's meeting with Coach Robert James right now. Of course, he coached Haley for many years here at Silex, so give them a minute to catch up with them, take a couple pictures. We're getting ready for this Louisiana Silex girls matchup. Of course, Louisiana comes into tonight's matchup with a 7-8 record. You know, we talked to Coach Derek Branstetter at the beginning of the season. You know, he was really excited about what the Lady Bulldogs had in store for the season. Look forward to some success and building on the success they started last year, and I think that they're definitely on their way. It is the Silex Lady Owls with a 9-5 record. They've had some good success as well. They've had a couple wins here recently, and let's talk about some of those. Of course, they got the win over Clopton here last week when we were here on Friday the 13th. They got that one again by 4 points. They originally beat them in the Clopton Invitational by 2. Still a great matchup by both teams. And I tell you, it has to get you excited for the upcoming Bowling Green tournament when you have these rival teams. And, of course, as we heard during the senior night, that was the seniors' favorite memories, was beating Clopton. They also picked up wins over Mark Twain. As we mentioned, Clopton, they did fall to Ellsbury in the semifinals at the Clopton Invitational Tournament, beat Wright City right out the gate at the tournament. They fell to Winfield by 6 early on in the season. They've defeated New Haven, Van Far, lost to Montgomery 51-30, got the win over the St. Louis Christian Knights 49-22. Had a close game with Community R6 early in the season where they lost by 6, but also picked up wins over North Callaway and Mexico. They did fall to Fulton early on the season as well. So a couple quick things that are going on with the Silex Lady Owls. We'll talk a little bit about some keys to the game for them here in a little bit as well. Also, for Louisiana, we talked about them. They've kind of been a little up and a little down. They got a win over North Point earlier this week. Well, I guess it was just what is today? No, it was the night before. They got a 45-33 win, but fell to Ellsbury on Friday the 13th, which was a little weird game for both of them. It was a low-scoring game. Picked up wins against Wright City, a couple of them over at the Clopton tournament, and then again on the 10th, they've picked up wins against Bowling Green, which was a 1-point win. That was back before Christmas. They also got one over Paris, over Marion County, and over Van Far. So they've had some nice wins so far this season. Had a few tough losses as well. We mentioned the tough one against Ellsbury. They've lost to them twice. They lost to Monroe City. That was a close one in the consolation game. They lost by 3, 41-39. Also fell to Palmyra. Another tough game that we had right here on Eagle 102 before Christmas. Pleasant Hill Western That was a tight one. And then to North Callaway, Highland, and Highland twice. So they've had some good, tough matchups. Ready for this EMO conference battle against the Silex Lady Owls. We're going to see where these two teams take us. It's kind of hard to come in on senior night and knock down that momentum, as we know that that's what Silex has going for them. But we're going to talk about those keys of the game for you next, coming up here on the Bowling Green Pharmacy pregame show on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, Castile's Color Wheel, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
It's a great time to buy or sell a home. I'm Vicki Cadwalder, and I take pride in offering skills that make the process go smoothly from beginning to end. Even after closing, I enjoy staying in touch and being there to help you if you have any other needs or questions. During the process, I'll work closely with your lender and other professionals to make it as effortless as possible. I'm here with you every step of the way, so when you're ready to buy or sell, call me and we'll create a personalized plan just for you. Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, loving our small town life.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance agent Tim Jenkins, Eolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and a taste of Philly.
Time now for the Eagle 102 Keys to the Game on KJFM. Sponsored by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate in Louisiana.
Keys to the game for you, again, brought to you by Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate. As we mentioned, Coach Haley Leek joining us. I kind of feel like with the introduction you got earlier, I should say the Haley Leek, or was it the legendary Haley Leek?
Yeah, they treat me too good over here. There's been a lot better players that have played in this uniform than me. But I am excited. I'm excited to be back, and I'm excited to see a lot of familiar faces here.
Well, let's talk about some keys to this matchup here, Coach, and then we'll dive into some things that you've been doing since you stepped away from Silex High School. I think you all, of course, just got done playing the JV team, so I think you probably got an idea of and of course you played for Coach James. You kind of have an idea of what kind of game plan he has going into this. As a coach, looking at the full picture, if Silex wants to win this game, what are some big keys they need to take care of?
Well, just from my limited window, I would say that they have some good positional pieces. At the guard spot, they seem to have some quickness. They have a little fire to them. They have the ability to get some deflections, which is huge. And then I do think they have some strength in some of those forward spots that can give smaller guards a problem. So I really think it's just continuing with their intensity, getting their hands on the basketball, and really trying to get the other team to make mistakes against their full court pressure.
All right, well, for Louisiana, for them, they've kind of had a little bit of up and down season. They're really kind of rebuilding. Last year, they got their first win over at the Clopton Invitational Tournament after a 52-game losing streak. So they're really rebuilding, and they've got a couple of young players out there. Reese Womack, you've got Emily Powell, of course, she's a junior. Reese is a freshman. You've got Reagan Bowser, who's a junior. Ty Campbell. All of those are going to have to really step up and really be effective. We've got a couple of them that can really hit some outside shots, and I think probably when you have Sarah Gradicke, who's probably the tallest person on the court, Coach, you're going to have to draw them out from underneath the basket, the defense out from underneath the basket, and they can only do that by making some outside shots.
That's right, and a team like Louisiana, if they are in that building stage, they don't have anything to lose, and they're going to play with that type of mentality, which sometimes can be a hard thing to match. You have that chip on your shoulder, and you're going to come out here and you're going to play. But, yeah, definitely have to take advantage of that inside presence, try to get them to move outside a little bit and take advantage of not just those initial shots, but hopefully crashing the boards and being active on the boards.
And, of course, you're going to have to stay out of foul trouble. We talk about that quite a bit, especially for Louisiana. Their bench doesn't seem to be quite as deep as Louisiana's, although if you look at it on paper, you're like, well, they actually list more players. But experience-wise, Silex definitely has the experience upper hand there. So keeping those players on the court, staying out of that foul trouble, taking good shots, and, of course, we say it every single game, and I think you can agree with it. You got to make free throws.
Got to make free throws. Absolutely right.
All right, that's your keys to the game. Let's get a chance to catch up with you, Coach. It's been a minute since, we look down here and see your name hanging on the wall. For those who may not have kept up with your career, what did you do after you left Silex?
I then went to St. Louis University. Many people know that Tony Francis left Silex to be the assistant coach at SLU, and so that connection maintained. And from there, I was recruited by St. Louis, and ultimately, my dream from day one, even though now I know that was probably a little bit more surface level. My dream was to play Division I basketball. That was my goal, and I knew that I had a location in SLU where my family could still be a part of it with me. And so it was just a really great fit for me. Went to SLU, had a career that was up and down in terms of wins. I know our win total from each season, 4, 7, 11, and 13. But I will tell you, I learned a lot. I learned a lot of what to do and a lot of what not to do. And so I would not change that experience. Got to travel in the A-10 conference. And I look back, and this place was such a difference maker for me. And that's why I have such a continued relationship with the people here and how I feel about this place, because I believe it was a big component of why I got there.
And then, of course, now you're a head coach over at Francis House Central.
Yes. In between SLU and Francis House Central, I did dabble a little bit into the college side of things for a few years at Wash U as an assistant. With obviously that program had tremendous success, and then I was 1 year at VCU, and I really just felt like when I looked at my experiences, I missed the time that I had on the floor, being instructional with players. And I was just doing a lot of other things at the college level that I didn't enjoy as much. So I really felt like getting back home, finding a program that I could add something to, and continue to build on their tradition was where I needed to be.
It's funny because a lot of kids that we have the opportunity to talk to over the years, their goals usually to go, I want to be a coach, and a lot of them have that higher, I want to be a college coach, I want to be a professional coach, so on and so forth. But once they get there, they decide, no, I don't want that. I want to be where I can help teach those fundamentals.
Yeah, you're right. And college basketball is changing, and you're seeing a lot of people leave the field, and some people are being driven towards it. You've got to like a lot of other things outside of just basketball in order to be a college coach. The recruiting, the relationships. Now, obviously, the NIL and pay, basically being paid to play at certain schools. There are so many components now. And some coaches will thrive. Others will decide that they want something a little different.
And, of course, as we mentioned, that's what we're seeing. So what is it like to come back in here and see all these banners hanging and knowing your name's on a couple of them?
Well, first and foremost, it just makes me proud that I was an Owl. That's the first thing that I feel. I feel a lot of pride. And my first thought is just thinking about a lot of the players that we knew or that I knew that had played in this program and maybe had fallen short of some of those banners. And, we were able to get there because of the path that they kind of paved. And so I think of them first. There's a lot of those players I think of. And then I think about, of course, my teammates from that state championship team and just how close we were. It was just in the moment as a freshman, I don't know if there was a way for me to understand it to the level that I wish I would have. But it's something that I keep with me every single day. When I'm coaching, I feel like parts of me still come out from that. So yeah, when I sit in here, I just feel honestly just blessed that I was able to be here.
And, of course, got to play under two great coaches. Had the opportunity actually to talk to Coach Tony Francis today, told him that you were going to be sitting in with us, and, of course, had lots of praise for you on both the high school level and at the college level. And then, of course, I saw you were getting to reconnect with Coach James, and that's got to be a blessing as well.
Yes. Both of those guys played such instrumental roles, but different roles. As Coach Francis left and Coach James came in, that was almost an impossible position to replace someone in after, you win a state title and then you make it to the sectionals the next round, and he comes in and now he's got to be able to bring it together and get buy-in, and he was able to do that because he connected and he cared. So he's always been a player's coach, and I really enjoyed playing under him.
All right, so we're going to take another short break. We'll have your starting lineups for you coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar, LLC. Elisha Koenig, owner-broker of Remax Realty Shop, and PJ's Salon.
Hi, this is Amy at Community State Bank of Missouri. Did you know we offer health savings accounts? If you have a high-deductible health plan, you may qualify for a health savings account. HSAs are designed to help you save your money to help pay your deductible. Talk to your employer about our health savings account and let them know you want to keep your money right here at home. Community State Bank of Missouri, your hometown community bank since 1887, member FDIC.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports comes health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at PCMH, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green Clopton and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athletes. I'm Eric Schaefer, certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
This is Tara Grody, and People's Savings Bank is excited to announce the Bobcat debit card. People's Savings Bank believes in giving back to the communities we serve, and that begins with the school district. Every time you use your Bobcat debit card as a credit, People's Savings Bank will give the school district 5 cents. That may not sound like a lot of money, but since starting this program 6 years ago, PSB has been able to give back over $120,000. Open an account online at ourpsb.com or stop by our branch. We are the one with a bright blue roof. Start earning the Bowling Green School District money today just by using your debit card. Member FDIC.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
The Eagle 102 starting lineups on KJFM are sponsored by Community State Bank of Missouri in Bowling Green and Troy.
All right, we're getting ready for the starting lineups here. And looking down, it looks like Coach Robert James, no shocker, is going to start all seniors. But let's start with the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs first. Of course, they are in their road cardinal red jerseys with white numbers and black trim. They are starting a 5'6" junior wearing number 5, Ty Campbell. A 5'8" junior wearing number 10, Reagan Bowser. A 5'11" freshman wearing number 20, Reese Womack. A 5'6" junior wearing number 23, Deprecia Chapman. And a 5'7" junior wearing number 25, Emily Powell. The Bulldogs, of course, are coached by Derek Branstetter, assisted by Kelsey Calvin. For the Lady Owls, as the PA announcer comes through, let's see if we can get there. They're starting a senior wearing number 1, Rita Thurlman. Number 5, and also senior wearing number 5, Kate Kinsey. A senior wearing number 10, Taya Williams. A senior wearing number 23, Tori Mudd. And a senior wearing number 25, Sarah Gradicke. Of course, as we mentioned just a moment again, he's really screwing me up. He's introducing all of his seniors.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, wait a minute, that's not who was sitting there.
Yeah.
He's starting a 6 man, number 11, Maddie Hall, also a senior. So we'll see who he actually puts out there. We'll see we'll see who comes off, either that or what? Is it technical, right? You start too many players?
Yeah.
I can
looks like they got 5 now.
Yeah. Look and see who. So Kate Kinsey took a seat. So introductions for all. So we are ready here for high school basketball. Marion Everhart, Coach Haley Leek in with you this evening here. Sarah Gradicke is going to tip center against Reese Womack. Officials ready. Silex moving from our left to right. And it looks like it's going to be Louisiana controlling the tip. With it is Campbell. Campbell between the circles. Man-to-man defense from the Lady Owls. Reese looks for some help. Brings it back center court to Bowser. Bowser takes it to the far wing. We're sitting across, looks down low for the backdoor cut, and it goes out of bounds. And really, it was a good thought there, Coach. It just didn't quite get to execute.
Yeah, they went for the backdoor cut. They saw they were getting denied, just didn't connect.
A little three-quarter court, full court pressure from the Lady Bulldogs. They get down low to Maddie Hall. She goes up strong on the far block. With the rebound was Williams. Her shot's no good. Coming away with it is Powell. Powell takes over the far side. Picks up her dribble. She's guarded by Thurman. Now brings it back center court. Tries to, and it's taken away. Getting the basketball is Williams. Williams feeds it out to Gradicke. Gradicke hands it to Thurman. A look to settle down now. Louisiana in their 1-2-2 zone. Gets it to Thurman. Thurman lobs it to the far side to Gradicke. She wants to open up with a long three. Nothing there. Rebound by Powell.
They tried to set that inside screen there. They got an open look.
With it is Campbell. Campbell guarded by Mudd. She's up top with it. Dribbles with the left hand down the block. Loses control. Saves it from going out of bounds, but throws it right back into the hands of Thurman. Thurman, 2-on-1, goes all the way down, up off the glass. Her shot's no good. Gets her own putback. Still no good. Now pulling down is Chapman. And, Coach, sometimes that's just the way the ball bounces. It just didn't want to fall in for Thurman.
Yes, it is. And, right there, it would be great if I always try to tell my kids to go off 2 feet. You see that defender, that's an automatic sign to go off 2 feet. But very active on the glass. Silex very active on the glass to start this game.
So Silex putting in a 2-2-1 full court press here from Louisiana as they line up with this Powell. And it's taken away again by Thurman. She takes it to the hole. This time she gets one to go home. So the Lady Owls have the lead 2-0. Chapman near side with it. Back over top to Campbell. Far side to Womack. That's Bowser. Brings it back center court. She's guarded by Mudd. Mudd, a tough defender for the Lady Owls. Doesn't give much room. They go down low to Powell. Powell takes it off the glass. Her shot's up and good. She'll get the and one.
Very strong move there.
So Emily Powell will head to the free throw line for the first tonight. We're knotted at 2-all with 6:11 to go here in the first quarter. Powell's first free throw shot on the way, and it's up and good. Louisiana has their first lead of the night. And here comes Silex. Thurman gets in the front court, attempts to get in the front court to Williams, but it's tipped out of bounds by the Dogs. So right in front of us again, and we're sitting across from the scorer's table and the benches. Thurman in the near corner with it to Gradicke. Gradicke looks back up top with it to Thurman, takes it all the way to the far side, tries to go down low, and it's taken away by the Bulldogs. Emily Powell dishes it off to Campbell. She wants a three. It's off the glass. Williams being very tough underneath the basket. Gradicke's got it. Now she's going to be fouled. So Taya Williams picked up the foul for Silex, and it's going to be Emily Powell picking up the foul for Louisiana. 3-2 our score. Louisiana on top by 1. 5:44 to go here in the first quarter. With it is Mudd. Mudd tries to bring it near side, and Chapman kicks it out of bounds.
Both sides really trying to get their hands on the basketball right now. Not a lot of clean passes being made.
So Thurman calling it out, trying to avoid the trap that they set up. Get in to Williams. Williams back to Thurman, and Bowser comes running in, tries to get the steal, and we're going to have jump ball. Possession arrow favors Silex. I'll tell you what, I like to see the aggression from both teams so far tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I'm a big believer in making the offense have to create something, and you do that with your hands, active hands.
Thurman over to the far side to Mudd. Mudd looks inside, nothing there. Back up top to Thurman. Thurman brings it back center court, top of the key, dishes on the near wing to Williams. Williams wants the three. It's off the mark. Mudd gets the rebound. It's tipped away by Chapman. Thurman uses that wingspan, gets it down low to Gradicke. She tries to create some space, and she gets it. 4-3 our score. Silex on top by 1. With it is Campbell. Campbell takes it far side to Bowser. Bowser to Powell. Powell into the front court. Looks to spread things out. Finds inside to Campbell. Campbell tries to avoid the walk, takes it up. It's high off the glass. No good. Chasing down a loose basketball is Chapman. Back to Campbell. Out to Womack. Womack from the free throw line. She banks it in. So Reese Womack with 2. Thurman once again with the basketball. Going slow as she moves to the far side. Dishes it off to Mudd. Mudd tries to feed it down low to Gradicke. Nice move, but I tell you what, that's that aggression from Louisiana's defense. Chapman was in there quickly.
Yeah, I mean, 2 things right now. One, just staring down passes, which Louisiana is able to read those cuts. And then 2, just not snapping those passes through.
Jalea Reese checks in. We'll pick up who else came in for the Lady Dogs as Silex tries to avoid a backcourt violation, ends up in the hands of Louisiana. Long 3 on the way. Bowser shot's no good. Mudd ties up Chapman for the rebound. Jordan Pedersen was the other one who checked in the basketball game. Pedersen will inbound the ball along the baseline on the near side. She looks, feeds it in to Campbell. Campbell takes it to the elbow. Skips it out to Reese. Reese into the paint. Once again with it to Bowser on the wing. Bowser takes it back over to the head of Silex's bench. She's going to back up, reset this offense. Around the horn we go with it now. Campbell with the right hand. Over to the elbow, far side. Bounce pass out to Womack. Womack brings it back near side to Bowser. Bowser takes in the paint. She goes up amongst the trees, and it's taken away. Thurlman with it. She's going to work her way around. Her shot's up off the glass. No good, and Womack there with the rebound. Rita Thurman, I've talked about her since she was a freshman, Haley. With that wingspan that she has and quick feet, she's hard to work against us. The offense is hard to get around her.
Yes, I mean, and I think she plays much bigger than what she is. So it's unique when you get players that will play long every possession. Her hands are constantly above her shoulders. She's just big. Plays big.
Coach James did a full line change on me. We'll pick up players in just a few moments as Womack feeds it over the far side to Bowser. Bowser on the wing. Back up top. Needs some help. Goes inside to Pedersen. Pedersen takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good.
Louisiana's taking advantage of those denials on the wings. They're going into those backdoor cuts.
With it is Hall. Hall kicks it out top to Kinsey. Kinsey's a little miscommunication between the two. It goes back the other way out of bounds, so heads back to Louisiana. 3 points, the biggest lead for the Lady Bulldogs this evening. 3:07 to go here in the first quarter. 7-4 our scores. Campbell takes it all the way around. Gets down to the block. Kicks it back up top to Reese. Reese near side with it to Pedersen. Pedersen guarded by Mooney, and we've got an offensive foul. That'll go against Reese. Did he show a legal screen? I was looking.
I could not see it either. Okay. It was something illegal because there was a white jersey that fell to the floor.
There you go. Mooney brings it up. She tries to avoid the trap, gets it in the front court to Isom. And it's another steal by the Lady Bulldogs. Pushing it to the front court is Reese. Over to the far side. Bowser back up top to Campbell. Swings it near side with it now to Womack. Womack wants the long 3, and it's net. It's a 10-4 basketball game. Louisiana up by 6. Over to the far side with it to Mooney. Now to Isom. Isom goes down to the short corner inside to Hall. Hall shots up, and it's partially blocked. I think Silex fans were looking for the foul.
Yeah, and Louisiana has some good length on that back line, and they're just being long. And so anytime they're not showing that swinging motion, they're going to get the benefit of the doubt.
Brylan Stewart and Emily Powell returning for Womack and Campbell. Maddie Hall comes out of shoot. That's her second foul. So once again with it is Powell. Powell tries to throw it in the front court. Kinsey gets a hand on, but Pedersen reels it in. Down in the near corner with it to Reese. Reese works around, takes it into the paint, kicks it out. Back up top with it to Powell. Powell, free throw line near side with it to Pedersen. Pedersen back to Chapman. Here comes Powell. She wants a 3, and it misses everything. Coming down the hands. That's of Carly Ellis. Long pass up to Isom. Isom at the block. She shoots over top of everybody. Her shot's up and no good. With the rebound is Reese. 10-4 our score. Down to a minute 53 to go in the first. Louisiana leads. And I think she just got a little ahead of herself there, Coach, and carried the basketball.
Yep. And really down at the other end, Silex right now, they're just fading away from a lot of those paint shots. They just got to go straight up.
Sometimes special nights kind of get you a little out of whack. You get a little pumped up too much.
Oh, yeah. Coaches always wonder what it's going to bring.
Gradicke goes up against Stewart. She's going to draw the foul. She's headed to the free throw line.
And to me, the difference there is she turned and went right up, drew that contact. She's either going to make that shot or draw the foul.
Coach, I've talked to a couple different individuals when we were up there, and girls seem to almost struggle with it a little bit with trying to draw that foul underneath the basket.
Yeah. there's a tendency to want to fade away or play with a little bit more finesse, but you're just not going to get those calls.
Second free throw shot is good. Gradicke cuts the lead in half, makes it 10-5 with 1:36 to go here in the first. Full court pressure from Silex, and the pressure causes Louisiana their 5th turnover here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and some of these are definitely unforced, but that's part of their press.
With it is Mooney. She's looking to get it in. She's going to throw a long pass up top to Isom over to the far wing to Ellis. Ellis at the free throw line extended, now back to Mooney. Mooney wants a long three. It's high enough, and it's off the rim. There's a fight for the rebound. Isom goes back up, and it's partially blocked. With the rebound is Louisiana. Reese in some trouble, and Coach Derek Branstetter has to call a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. With 1:15 to go here in the first, Louisiana leads Silex 10-5. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Out of the timeout, Louisiana leads Silex at 10-5. So it's Louisiana's basketball. With it is Powell. Powell brings it back to the near side, working around. She's trying to get some pressure from Isom. Now with it to Pedersen. Pedersen takes it to the free throw line, kicks it out with the left hand to Chapman. Chapman takes it to Powell. Back it up. Powell in some trouble. Isom getting some nice pressure in there. The long try to lob it down to Stewart. Pedersen saves it from going out of bounds, and now there's going to be a tie-up.
Great job of help there in that possession. That's really the key with that pressure defense. You're going to get out there and deny those wings. You got to feel comfortable that you have your help side there, so when they make that back cut, there's that defense.
Once again, Mooney with it at the half-court line, gets it in the hands of Isom. Isom in front to Ellis, swings it near side to Mooney. Mooney with the left hand, takes it between the circles. Over the far side with it to Isom, about tipped out of bounds by Pedersen. Now near side with it to Kinsey. Kinsey takes it down, and she's going to draw the foul off of Chapman. So now along the baseline is Isom. Isom will inbound it along the baseline on the near side. She looks, brings it right into Ellis. Ellis on the wing up top with it to Gradicke, back to Isom. She wants the long three. It's off the rim. With the rebound is Reese. That's taken away, though, by Isom. She reaches in there. She goes in some traffic, and she's going to be fouled.
That was a great series by her. She got open, took a nice clean shot, went after the rebound, got her hands on the ball, and now she's going to the line.
Maddie Isom with her first trip. Isom's one of those players that I enjoy watching her defensively. She's scrappy in there, and she doesn't give you much room to move.
Yeah, and those type of players, again, they're going to force action by the offense, and the more times that you make the offense have to make decisions, the better opportunity you have to make a play.
18.5 seconds to go here in the first. Isom at the free throw line for her second free throw shot up, and this one's good. 10-6 our score. It's been a low-scoring first quarter here. Louisiana leads. With it is Reese, and again, she bumps into the defense, and Isom takes it away. Mooney takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and no good. And Isom's right there pulling it down again. And they're going to be a jump ball. This time it favors Louisiana.
Right now the difference has been the activity on the boards for Silex. Their activity has really allowed them to get extra possessions.
With it, and here comes Isom again, and with the she about got the steal on that one as well. Got a hand in there, deflected it out of bounds, so Louisiana will have to do it again with 6.6 seconds to go in the first. So look, get into Reese. Reese into the front court, down to the block on the near side. Isom with the pressure, and that's how time's going to run out. Louisiana leads at the end of the first by the score of 10-6. We got second quarter action coming your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Southside, Lynn's Heritage House, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
Bundle at Pike County Mutual Insurance and save. Ask about the great rates on your personal vehicle, farm trucks, big or small, or even your motorcycle and side-by-sides. Stop by and see myself, Corey Buchanan, or Kathy Gam at your hometown insurance company since 1895. Pike County Mutual Insurance on the square in Bowling Green.
Tonight's game is not only a competitive contest between these two schools, but it's also an educational experience for the students involved. Because high school activities are about learning life values, your friends at Eagle 102 and the Missouri State High School Activities Association remind everyone to do their part in keeping our hometown sports a positive experience for everyone. When you attend your next game, do your part to help rekindle the spirit of citizenship by showing good sportsmanship. You'll be teaching a positive lesson, and you'll be preserving a proud tradition in the state of Missouri.
Follow area high school sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
Bringing you all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So, of course, Coach James has new players in for me. Once again, we'll pick them up for you. We got Mooney. We got Thurman, who looks now back to Mooney on the far wing. Now in the far corner with it to Ellis. Ellis down low to Gradick. It's tipped out of bounds. Last touch by Louisiana. So, Coach, real quick, during senior night, we heard a lot of my favorite memory was beating Clopton. You don't recall any memories like that, do you?
Oh, not at all. Not at all. Yeah, I feel lucky that there were so many matchups in this area that were contained a lot of intensity.
Louisiana on the fast break, getting it down to Bowser. To Bowser. Her shot's up off the glass. Makes it 12-6. Reagan Bowser with the 2. It's back to a 6-point lead. Mooney with it once again. Skips over the far side to Mudd. Mudd looks for the shot. It's blocked. And that one time it was blocked by Womack.
There's that length again.
So Womack with it now into the front court. Over the far side. Down low with it to Bowser. Bowser looks to bring it up. She's got some pressure from Ellis. She finds Pedersen. And Pedersen's going to travel. Those happy feet. So Louisiana kind of falls back. Going to pick him up basically at the half-court line as Mooney brings the basketball in the front court, and it's taken away. And back into the hands of Gradicky. Gradicky takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good. She's doing a lot of the work on the boards tonight for the Lady Owls.
I really like her. She does a lot of great things. Posts up hard, has good instincts. She's physical.
Louisiana with the basketball on the near side with it now. To Womack. Back up top with it to Campbell. Swings it to Bowser. Bowser back to Womack. Womack to Pedersen on the far wing. Down in the corner at the end of Silex's bench is Bowser. She's in some trouble, guarded by Thurman. Back up top to Womack. Womack to Campbell. Campbell takes it to the free throw line, and she's going to be fouled this time by Ellis.
Right now, Louisiana's being very patient with the pass. They're passing, cutting, and then they're just looking for that chance to attack the hip. Right there, they caught a Silex defender flat-footed.
So Stewart's going to return to the basketball game. Ellis takes a seat as Taya Williams checks back in. Womack comes out as Stewart returns. Down along the near side on the baseline, Pedersen looks to get it in. Long pass up top to Bowser. Bowser, guarded by Williams, takes it all the way in, all the way down, and she's going to bump right in to Gradicky, and that's what we were talking about, girls. Basically, you just got to take it to the defense, and you're probably going to draw that foul.
Yeah, and, if I'm Gradicky, if I'm going to foul, that's how I'm going to foul. She's not going to get that shot attempt up on that glass, and that's exactly what she did. Yeah, I think if she stays tall there, she might have an opportunity not to pick that foul up.
First free throw shot hits the front rims, no good. She'll get a second. Louisiana girls will be back in action tomorrow evening as they travel across the river, take on Pittsfield, Griggsville, Perry. You can hear that game right here on Eagle 102 as well. Second free throw shot up on the way. It's off the back of the rim. Silex with the rebound. They get it up to Mudd. Mudd down on the block on the far side. She spins into the paint. It's tipped around. Thurman gets the loose basketball. Stewart gets the block. With it is Pedersen. Pedersen tries to throw it up, and Mooney, who again, another one that's been a lot of fun to watch since she was a freshman, went high, knocked that one out volleyball style into the Louisiana bench.
Yep, great hands, good deflection.
Campbell looks to feed the basketball in, gets it, finds Chapman. Chapman Chapman, crossover dribble, trying to get away from Thurlman. Over to the far side. With it is Campbell. Campbell takes it to the top of the key, now feeds Bowser. She stands at the head of Silex's bench. With the left hand, brings it near side. She's guarded by Williams down low with it. Stewart on the block. Her shot's up. Over the top, the defense does a couple bounces and falls good.
That was a great move back to the inside.
Back to it with now Thurlman to Mooney. Mooney into the front court to Gradicky. Gradicky looks to make some space, goes down the block. She tries to shoot over top of everybody, and again, she's headed to the free throw line.
I think for a lot of these shots where the Owls might be outsized down below, they're going to have to start utilizing a ball fake if they want to get that call, because those Louisiana defenders are just standing tall. Right there, Gradicky's a little bit bigger, so she can draw that contact and get that call. But for some of these smaller guards, they're really going to have to utilize those fakes.
Chapman picked up her first foul on the play. Womack returns as Gradicky's second free throw shot. Rims in and out. Chasing down the loose basketballs. Isom and Stewart tie it up. It's a jump ball. So possession arrows with Louisiana. 5:21 to go here in the second. Dogs lead this one 14-8. With it is Bowser. Over to Pedersen. Pedersen brings it back near side to Womack. Womack throws it up to Pedersen into the front court over the middle of Silex's bench. They put the trap on. And Isom's going to pick up the foul. So, again, that's just aggressive defense we were talking about. Womack will inbound the basketball. Throws in the backcourt to Reese. Reese now to Pedersen. Pedersen looks inside, nothing there as Isom applies the pressure, takes it into the paint, tries to feed it down low to Stewart just through her hands.
That's the right pass, but I always say, a good pass is one that your teammate can handle, and that was very quick in a very small space. But it's the right look.
So with it is Thurman. Thurman over to Mooney. Mooney into the front court to Isom. Isom over on the far wing, back up top with it to Mooney. Mooney brings it near side to Thurman. Back to Mooney, little pitch and catch. Now they include Isom. She wants to launch through, and it's blocked by Stewart. She gets the loose basketball down in the short corner and call the travel.
Again, that length, even if a shooter, right there the shot got tips, but even if it doesn't, that length just bothers right now. It bothers inside and on the perimeter.
Reese with the basketball, dribbles with the left hand, runs into a trap, going to work around. In some trouble, and so Coach Branstad is trying to call timeout, and they finally find him. So with 4:33 to go here in the first half, it's Louisiana leading Silex 14-8. We've got more basketball coming your way as you listen to EMO Conference Battles here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, Castile's Color Wheel, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
From the classic cheesesteak and rich crab cakes, a Taste of Philly in Bowling Green is a fan favorite. A meal ready for you before or after the game, and game day jerseys are welcome. Open 7 days a week. A Taste of Philly, Business Highway 54 West in Bowling Green.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Becky Cadwalder, Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
Marion Everhart, Coach Haley Leek in with you here from Silex High School. Right now the Louisiana Lady Bulldogs lead Silex of 14-9. With the basketball's Womack. She gets it into Pedersen. Pedersen back to Womack, now to Reese. Reese back to Womack again over the far side to Pedersen. Pedersen in some trouble. She's got the trap from the Owls, tries to get out of it, and she does. Gets it to Bowser. Bowser takes it all the way down. She bumps into Gradicky, and the ball's just kind of loose. Pedersen rails it in, and they're going to call a foul. And they're going to hit Gradicky for it. That's one of those series of unfortunate events.
Yeah, that ball gets to moving. It gets on the ground a little bit. People are stabbing at it with their hands. Nobody really secures it, and then you just pick up something small.
Pedersen at the free throw line. Her free throw shot up and no good. I missed that was the 1-and-1.
I think it.
Yeah.
Is it out of bounds? It's out of bounds.
Yeah,
out of bounds. So I think, I think it was Thurlman who challenged that free throw.
So with it is Bowser. Bowser and ties it up with Williams, and it's a jump ball.
Yeah, Thurlman just did enough to try to get that O board off the free throw, and Louisiana hits it out of bounds.
Thurlman gets it into Mooney. Back to Thurman into the front court to Isom. Isom brings it to the free throw line in the paint, kicks it out to Gradicke from the block extended. Up with the shots, no good. Williams goes for the putback, and it's good.
Again, another O board for a putback.
With it is Pedersen. Pedersen hits Campbell. Campbell into the front court all the way down, picks up her dribble. Looks like she's going to have to kick it out, and Silex chases down the loose basketball. That's Williams coming away with it. She hands it to Thurman. We're down to 3:40 to go in the half. Thurman working against Pedersen. Picks up her dribble into the front court with it now to Mooney. And they call travel.
Yep, again, right play. She was going to look to pierce that middle, okay, and either take it or dump it off. It was the right play.
So we always say that the nasty weather's coming in, so everybody's looking to get some travel points here
Yeah.
so they can get out of town.
Yep, that works.
Louisiana with it on the far side, gets it back to Bowser near side into the front court is attempted. Again, Thurman with a quick feet. Get in there, break that play up, so Louisiana will inbound it from right in front of us. Campbell smacks it, looks for her players to move. Gets it in to Womack. Womack down low to Reese. Reese drives the baseline, tries to create some space from Mooney. Nothing there, in some trouble. Finds Campbell. Campbell takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good.
Again, another back cut. They come to a jump stop. She gets in trouble, keeps her composure, and then hits her on the back cut.
Mooney, cross court, down low to Isom. Isom shots up. Nothing there. Williams gets it. Now they're going to call jump ball.
Again, just difficulty shooting over that length.
.256 to go here in the second quarter. With it is Reese. Reese. And there's a steal by Silex. They get it down low to Isom. Isom backs it up. Her shot short. And it's Louisiana coming away with loose basketball. To Reese. Reese in some trouble. Trying to get away from Thurman. There's no room. And Thurman's going to tie her up with the jump ball.
Yeah, you can definitely tell Thurman's a senior. She seems to be in the right place at the right time all the time. She seems composed.
And something that, I know as a coach, you teach your players and you hope you hear it, but you can hear her cleanly coming, yelling ball, 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 ball.
Yes. I mean, she just looks like she's in control all the time, and that's what you want to have a point guard.
So speaking of Thurman, she has it, gets it back to Mooney. Mooney between the circles, skips it over far side to Thurman. Thurman wants the long three. That's off the front of the rim. Chasing it down is Mooney. Mooney puts it back up. Her shot's too long. And Campbell comes away with it, and I think they're going to tag Thurman with the foul. She kind of backed up into Pedersen. It's on the rebound, so we'll walk to the other end for a 1-and-1. 16-11 is our score. 2:30 to go here in the half. Louisiana leads this one on senior night. So she's at the free throw. We were talking a little bit about, the girls, the seniors here this evening, talk about their favorite memories are beating Clopton. Be thinking about some of your favorite memories. We're going to hit you up with those during the halftime report.
All right.
Free throw shots up and no good. With the rebound is Williams. Williams goes cross court with it to Mooney. Mooney saves it from going out of bounds, hits Mudd with it on the far side. Tries to feed it back near side, and it's taken away by Campbell. Campbell, cross court to Pedersen. Pedersen throws a long pass up to Womack. Womack goes down cross court to Bowser. Bowser kicks it back out to Campbell. Now swings it to Powell. Powell all alone, top of the key. Now to Campbell. Campbell working against Kinsey. Long three on the way from Womack. It's in and out. It's no good. And trying to chase down the loose basketball was Bowser, but goes right out of bounds. 16-11. 1:55 to go here in the second. Thurman needs her player into the front court. Gets over the far side with it to Mudd. Mudd back to Thurman between the circles. Finds Kinsey at the elbow. Far side to Mudd. Mudd back to Thurman between the circles. Takes it into the free throw line. Works it around. Now Mudd has it from the block extended. Her shot's too hard with the loose basketball is Williams. Ball's tipped around. Kinsey comes away with it. Gets in the hands of Mooney. Mudd thought about the three once again. Nothing there. Back to Thurman. Killing some clock here. Down to 1:20. Thurman from the elbow. Wants to bank it in off the back of the rim. No good. And it goes up. And we're going to tie up for another jump ball. Yep.
Yet those forwards just keep coming out. Really, especially against this 1-2-2, you really got to get into that high post and make them pay for coming out and extending out into those corners and on those wings. The high post is open, and that's where they need to really try to get that ball.
So Campbell to inbound once again. Gets it in to Chapman. Chapman finds Powell. Powell over the far side to Pedersen. Pedersen at the end of Silex's bench. Back up with it to Powell. Powell guarded now by Isom, who's checked back in the ball game. Picks up a dribble, needs some help over the far side to Womack. Brings it near side to Pedersen. Pedersen on the court, works past Kinsey. Her shot's up, but it's denied by Ellis. However, Ellis is going to draw the foul.
That was a great north-south drive. You know, just going downhill right off the defender's hips, straight to the rim.
Pedersen back at the free throw line. She'll get 2. 58 ticks to go in the half. Again, Louisiana leads Silex 16-11. Free throw shot up and good. These two will match up again to open up the Bowling Green Invitational Tournament on Monday. Silex is a 3 seed, Louisiana the 6 seed. Jayla Reese checks in now for Powell for the Dogs. Jordan Pedersen at the free throw line. Free throw shot up, rims in and out, no good. Chasing down the loose basketball is the Bulldogs. Reese with it once again. Puts the ball on the court, takes in the paint. She's going to go up for the left-handed layup. It's no good. Now she's going to go to the free throw line.
Yeah, I think what you see Louisiana doing is they will be patient and rotate the rock around, but as soon as they get that lane for a drive, they are putting it on the floor and attacking right away.
Reese spins the basketball. Eyes basket, bends the knee, shot up on the way, and it's off the rim, no good. She'll get a second. Maybe we jinxed all the players when we were talking about free throws in the pregame show because no one's doing very well from the line tonight. Second free throw shot from Reese on the way. This time it's good.
There you go.
18-11. Louisiana leading Silex. Mooney into the front court to Isom, now to Ellis. Ellis back to Mooney. She hits Kinsey. Mooney again, right top of the key. 1-2-2 zone in place from Louisiana, and it's another turnover for the Owls. And they turn it right back over, and a big shocker here. Maddie Isom gets the ball, and she takes it to the hole. Her shot's up and good.
That's what she does, creates plays.
Isom, a junior, so all the area teams have another year of her aggressiveness on the court. Near side with it now to Chapman, down low. They get it to Reese. Reese tries to go cross court and it's knocked out of bounds with 18 ticks to go in the in the second.
And that was Isom on the backside.
So Pedersen's going to inbound the ball along the baseline on the far side. Gets it into Chapman. Chapman takes it into the paint. She goes up amongst everybody. Her shot's up and good. There's a little running one-handers are falling tonight for the Lady Dogs. But it's Kinsey. Kinsey back out to Mooney. Over the far side to Isom. Back up to Mooney. Brings it back near side. Long shot from Mudd is up and no good. And at the half, Louisiana leads Silex 20-13. We've got your Cellular and Satellite Center halftime report coming up next here on Eagle 102.
The Eagle 102 halftime report is coming up. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
Cellular and Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
Ingram Plumbing has always been known for its outstanding plumbing service. But did you know that Ingram's is also the largest retail plumbing supply store in the area? We carry Delta faucets, a complete line of Whirlpool tubs and showers, jacuzzi pumps, and many other specialty items. Stop by Ingram Plumbing today, Highway 61, Bowling Green.
As many as 50% of people don't take their medication as prescribed. Missing or not taking medication can be deadly. For questions about medication, visit your local Health Mart pharmacy, Bowling Green Pharmacy, located right on the square at 8 North Court in Bowling Green.
Think about all that's important to you, your family, your possessions, and your future. Pick up the phone and call Rick Rodhouse from Country Financial. He, along with his staff, will assist you with insurance coverage to protect what matters most, in addition to preparing you for the future. Best of all, Rick will take the time to get to know you and find solutions for your budget. For coverage you need at a price you can afford, contact Rick Rodhouse Insurance Agency in Pleasant Hill to chat about your insurance needs today.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing. the Mercantile Bank and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth. Sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
It's now time for the Eagle 102 halftime report on KJFM. Sponsored by Cellular and Satellite Center in Bowling Green.
At the half, Louisiana leads Silex by the score of 20-13. And Coach, Louisiana's doing a lot of things right, but I feel like there's times that the baskets are just falling for them.
Yeah, I mean, I think if you look at the last 3-4 minutes of that half, I think what Coach James would have the most issue with is they've been layups. I think that he would say, hey, if we're going to get out in the passing lanes and pressure, that's great, but we got to have our backside, our help side there. So when they do back cut, we have that next layer there. Because the last 2 or 3 shots have been layups, and I think you want to give up tough contested twos. That's the goal.
And for Silex, defensively, they have forced a lot of turnovers in this game.
A lot of turnovers, a lot of great length. I think Thurlman is very smart with how she uses not a lot of length, but just as smart with her angles and her body. Isom is just a bundle of energy out there. She plays at one speed. And I think what also Coach James knows is that they're not probably going to get the majority of their points in their half-court sets. They're going to have to speed up this game. They're going to have to get traps and turnovers and get run-outs. That's where they need to get some more points. And so I think he knows that, and so that's what they're going to stick to.
I tell you what, as a fan of the game, I've got to tell you, watching these two teams play at this level this evening has me already excited for their rematch on Monday night, and that's at the Bowling Green tournament. And, of course, you played in the tournament. You know, it's a whole nother excitement level.
Yeah, I enjoyed a high school career filled with tournaments that were, bleachers were filled and, it was large crowds. And as a coach, that is kind of, as I went to different places, that hasn't always been the same. And, looking back, I mean, the environments are just so incredible. People love basketball. And so, yes, any tournament, whether that be Bowling Green, Clopton, just the intensity, the urgency in playing the game is fantastic.
I think we have a promposal going on down here. I was trying to figure out exactly what we had. I seen a sign. I seen some flowers. I think that's usually how that works, right?
I think that's how that works.
I'm not up on all that young, hip stuff, but there's a camera out there and there's people hanging out, so I'm guessing that has something to do with it. Let's take a quick break here on the Cellular Satellite Center halftime report. We're going to catch up more with Coach Haley Leek after this here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar, LLC. Elisha Koenig, owner-broker of RE/MAX Realty Shop, and PJ's Salon.
Cellular Satellite Center is the only stop you need to make when it comes to satellite providers, offering DirecTV and Dish Network along with antenna installs. Wait, there's more. They also offer several options for internet service with Viasat, HughesNet, and AT&T. Hold on, there's still more. They can also do security system installations, have TVs in stocks, mounts, and cables. Now, a special message from Matthew Niemeyer himself.
If you call an 800 number and they say we will be the local installer, they are wrong.
Contact Matthew at Salem Satellite Center in Bowling Green, your local authorized dealer.
One Multi-Sports Complex in Bowling Green is your year-round indoor facility to get your softball and baseball work in. Call Courtney at 573-324-2193 or Matthew at 573-324-8282 to schedule an appointment and to inquire about memberships. One Multi-Sports Complex just off VFW Road in Bowling Green.
Bibb Beach Funeral Homes and Collier Funeral Homes in Bowling Green, Silex, and Louisiana are the ultimate providers of creating healing experiences in the community. We have years of experience caring for families and are dedicated to excellence in service and have the highest integrity. Bibb Beach Funeral Homes and Collier Funeral Homes, offering sincere and caring service in your time of need.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
We're at the half where Louisiana's leading Silex by the score of 20-13. Marion Everhart with Coach Haley Leek. I will get it out. And, Coach, let's catch up on a few things. I asked you a little earlier, what's some of your favorite memories playing here at Silex?
Well, obviously, number one for me is the state title game. Being a part, it really is not just that game. It was that whole journey there, just being a part of that team and how special that group was. That would be my number one. really after that, I would have to say like our matchups with Ellsbury were usually my next best memories because of just the phenomenal talent that was on the floor. Carrie Koch, Shanna Lonsberry, Trisha Stonebreaker at the time, Sarah Byrne, for us, obviously Jessica Stanek, Leslie Peasel, Jen Wright, Tiffany Brown, Courtney Hay. I mean, I could go on and on. I know I'm leaving probably people out, but just the amount of talent, but also the amount of respect for the game. People played hard. We competed. And honestly, whoever came up short, that was one of the very few occasions where after a game we could step back and be like, good job, because we knew how much we prided those games.
And, in your 4-year career here, you mentioned, of course, that your all-state year, and I believe it was probably the year after. That's when both Silex and Ellsbury were completely, you all were on fire. And then you immediately jumped right in. Louisiana came up with a really hot team. Yeah. And then Clopton started their run.
Yeah.
And so in that time frame, there was a lot of great talent in this area.
Yeah, and I think about this a lot. I mean, it was something that I don't think I realized at the time, and probably a lot of people didn't, but everywhere you looked, there was competitive girls basketball in our area. The people had the opportunity to come out and support and watch and really, kind of journey with.
Yeah.
Louisiana at the time ran that dribble weave better than anybody I'd ever seen. The refs don't want the promposal.
They don't. I think they turned him down.
Yeah. And, when you talk about Bowling Green, they had Brooke Powell, and you look over at Clopton and Rochelle Dorsey and Lonnie Wiedemeider, I believe, at the time. I mean, there was just so much talent out there. It was great.
Maddie Hall said yes.
Yeah.
Got her date for prom. We're going to come back. We're going to finish up this discussion here in just a few minutes. We're going to take our final break before we start the second half as you're listening to EMO Conference Basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Your car, your stuff, your savings. Combine your auto and renter's insurance with a call to State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana, and let Cindy show you how to put life back in your life insurance. Auto, home, and life. Make your wallet happy. Here to help life go right, State Farm Insurance agent Cindy Blaylock in Louisiana.
Area high school sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, State Farm Insurance Cindy Blaylock agent, and Bowie General Services.
So, Coach, we know that we have a lot of people who are, we got to get our picture taken. We have a lot of people that, tune in and listen to these things. And, want you to think about this for just a quick second as to, for the girls who are listening and they don't, the girls who may think, nobody from our area is going to go to a D1 school. What do you tell them?
Well, first of all, I'll be very honest and say it takes people to believe in you, and it takes people to show you the way. And I had very supportive parents, family. Coach Francis is, he showed me everything that I needed to do. Coach Phil Burdett also was instrumental. And I would say that's where it started, was someone saying, like, you can do this if you do X. All I needed to know was what I needed to do. And so I would just say to anybody out there, and coaches too, not to predetermine what you think a kid can or can't do. Just give them the road and let them work. And I would tell any girls out there that ultimately it comes down to work ethic. And, ultimately there will be a point where there will be a better level fit than another. But a lot of times work ethic is the key to everything else.
And I think we talk about it quite a bit out there. D1's great. But any opportunity to play after you get out of high school is amazing. Yeah,
definitely. And I think there are better fits for different reasons, but ultimately what you want to feel like when you go into an institution, no matter what level it is that you are able to have impact. And so that would be the number one thing I would say. Is it a good fit? Do you think that you can be happy there if basketball would be taken away? And do you think you can contribute positively to that program and that team?
And, Coach, I think that you might agree with me on this. You've been to so many different places and played in different levels. High school basketball here in Northeast Missouri for girls is completely different than where it is anywhere else.
Yeah, it is, and there's so many reasons for that. But I do think it comes back to roots and tradition, and there's a lot of girls out here that have been playing because of what came before them, and that matters.
That and the fan support.
Yes, absolutely.
Around the area, people get out and support girls basketball. We're underway here. Marion Everhart coach Haley Leek with you as we start the third as Louisiana leads Silex at 20-13. My guess is, because I saw this not only at the Clopton Invitational Tournament, I saw this here last Friday night. Coach James has been going in at halftime and having his come to Jesus talks with the girls. I think we might see a different team here in the second half. And they're proving me wrong right out the gate.
Yeah, just a lot of intensity early on. Just let that pass kind of fly.
So Louisiana now with the basketball after the turnover. They get it in to Womack. Womack into the front court. She works around, picks up her dribble on the wing. Back up top with it to Campbell. Womack wants another long three. It's off the rim, no good. Maddie Hall with the big rebound. She was playing with 2 fouls, so she came out early in the first half. Back in, gets it to Thurlman. Thurlman over in the middle of Silex's bench, looks inside, finds Mudd, top of the key, brings it near side to Mooney. Mooney skips it back far side to Thurlman. She pulls up for the jumper. It's off the rim, no good. With the putbacks, Gradicke, it's no good, and it's Chapman away with the rebound.
She would want that one back for sure.
So with it is Campbell over to the far side with it now to Powell. Powell brings it free throw line up to Chapman. Chapman with the left hand kicks it to Womack. Womack takes it to the free throw line to Bowser. Bowser getting some pressure from Hall. Now with it to Chapman. Chapman brings it near corner. Back over to the far side as Womack tried to go cross court and hit the back of the backboard.
And that was a great job by Gradicke on that closeout. She didn't come out too tight. She angled, played big, and made a tough pass.
So with it is Mooney. She gets it to Thurlman. Thurlman goes cross court with it to Mudd. Back to Mooney. Mooney gets some pressure from Campbell. Now finds Mudd over on the far wing at the end of Silex's bench. She works it around, tries to feed it inside, taken away by Louisiana. Powell with it in her possession. She's running toe-to-toe with Thurlman. Powell goes all the way down, and it's the offensive foul.
She sprinted back. She got set. That was a great charge.
Maddie Hall established her, her position, was able to draw that. And that's they say it's the first foul for Emily Powell. I had it as her second, but I'm usually wrong. So with this Thurlman, and it's a takeaway by the Bulldogs once again. With it is Bowser. Bowser finds Chapman in the near corner. Back up top on the wing to Bowser to Powell. Over to the far side to Campbell. Campbell looks. Nothing. Back top to Bowser. Bowser wants to knock down the tray. It's off the mark. Mooney with the rebound. And she's going to be fouled by Campbell.
What you've seen out of those last two possessions by Silex is trying to get it into the high post. And we kind of had mentioned that earlier. It is open, but you also have to pass fake. You have to look away. The last bounce pass got stolen, and then that last was just trying to be a direct line pass. You got to give a fake.
Telegraphing your passes usually doesn't work too well. With it is Mooney. Mooney brings it back near side, down in the near corner with it to Isom. Back up top, over to the far side to Mudd. Back to Mooney. Mooney wants the three. It's off the run of the rim. It's Mudd there to get the loose basketball. She has some trouble, kicks it back out to Mooney. Mooney. Cross court to Hall now with it. Isom. Isom looks for the tray, and it's net. Maddie Isom with her first three of the night. Brings it within 4. With it is Campbell. Campbell throws a long pass up front to Womack. Womack down the block. Her shot's up, and it's no good. And here comes Isom once again the other direction.
That was great wall up.
So with it now is Mooney. Near side to Isom. She wants another three, and it rattles home. It's a 1-point game, 20-19. With it, Womack back to Campbell. Campbell into the front court. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by the Owls.
Well, that has to be encouraging from Coach James, just to be able to hit 2 threes. That's going to have to stretch that defense out, and it's going to make that 1-2-2 open up.
Pedersen and Jalea Reese return to the basketball game. That's for Chapman and Powell. Womack will inbound the basketball right down from us. And it's going to be a little miscommunication as Pedersen chases it into the backcourt. And she's immediately going to be setting a trap. She works her way around, gets it to Bowser, to Reese. Reese's shot's too high. Womack's there for the putback. And really, when you hear those feet coming behind you, you get a little excited and put things up just a little too quickly.
Yep.
Long throw on the way from Mudd. Doesn't fall. Gradicke with the rebound. Her putback's no good. Now Maddie Hall with the loose basketball. Hall works it around. She goes up over top of everybody. Her shot doesn't fall, but she's headed to the free throw line.
Just some great activity on the boards by Hall as well as Gradicke.
So Hall's going to head to the charity stripe. Wears sticks on her back. Stewart set to check back in. First free throw shot on the way. Her shot's up, high arcing off the front of the rim, just short.
Hall's brought some good inside energy here early in this half.
She's another one. I don't know what it is down here, but these girls have wingspan like there's no tomorrow. Hall's second free throw shot's high arcing one. It's off the back of the rim. Chasing down the loose basketballs. Isom. Isom skips it cross court to Mooney. Down to 4:25 to go here in the third. Mooney tries to feed it inside. Gradicke gets it back out to Hall. She puts the ball on the court. Hands it off to Mudd. Mudd brings it back between the circles. Back to Mooney. Mooney lobs it down low to Gradicke. Gradicke spins. She goes up. Shot's up and good. She has a nice spin shot.
She's very composed. She didn't rush anything. Just felt where the defense was and finished the shot.
Back to a one-point game. Louisiana top by 1, 22-21. With it is Womack. Womack finds Pedersen. Pedersen into the front court to Reese. Have her a little out of her reach. And it kind of feels like Silex's defense is rushing Louisiana a little bit more here in the second half.
Yeah, I think when Isom comes out and hits 2 threes in the corner, gives her a little pep in the step up at the top of that press again.
So Womack takes a seat. We'll see if Pell returns. So Mooney brings it into the front court and in near side. Inside with it, and it's taken away. And it's going to be a foul. And they called it on Mudd.
That was another high post look, trying to loop her in that middle. It seems like they know they need to get it in there, but just not sure how to quite execute it.
So Taya Williams, Carly Ellis, and Kate Kinsey return to the basketball game for Gradicke, Hall, and Mudd. Powell has a possession for the Lady Dogs right now, up by 1, 22-21, 3:43 to go here in the third. With it on the far side is Reese. Reese kicks it back out to Powell. Powell pushes her way in the paint, back out to Pedersen. Pedersen down low, back to Reese. Reese gives a fake with the left hand, runs into some trouble. Goes cross court, near side with Bowser. Down low to Stewart. Stewart looks to spin. Nothing there. Kicks it back out to Bowser on the wing. She drives down to short corner, tries to create some space. She's going to have to do something now to Stewart. Ball's loose on the court, and Silex takes it away. Ellis throws it up. Williams just going to chase it down. Now in the hands of Isom. Isom back up top to Ellis. Ellis at the free throw line. It's knocked out of her hands, and we're going to have a jump ball. Possession arrow in favor of Louisiana. 3:05 to go here in the third. Still a one-point basketball game, 22-21 our score. Dogs on top. Powell with it now. She looks. Tries to avoid the trap, gets in the front court to Bowser. Bowser to Stewart. Stewart all alone underneath the basket. Her shot misses. And she goes for the rebound, but Kinsey gets a hold of it, and Stewart picks up the foul.
A little frustration foul. She knows she should have made that shot.
Kind of all alone underneath the basket there. And
yep.
But again, you hear those footsteps, so you rush the shot a little bit, and usually results in it going too hard off the glass.
And that's something that's been consistent for Silex, running through plays.
And the ball's loose. Mooney on the court gets it to Isom. Isom pushes it into the front court, crossover dribble, tries to feed it down low to Williams, and it's knocked out of bounds. So Silex will keep it under their own basket at the end of their bench. Actually at the end of the bleachers over on the far side. Campbell returns now for Bowser. Louisiana doesn't have a single senior on their team, so all of these players will be returning for another year next year.
And they have a lot of great pieces. A lot of great pieces.
Big collision. They let them play. Kinsey with it as she collided with Reese. Kinsey hands it to Mooney. Mooney over to Kinsey once again. Middle of Silex's bench. Picks up her dribble. Finds Mooney. Back over the far corner with it to Ellis. Ellis pulls up for the jumper, and it's good. Silex back on top with the 1-point lead, 23-22. Campbell with the basketball, working against Isom. She works around, needs some help, gets it to Pedersen. Far side with it now to Reese. Down low, off the glass is Bowser. Sorry, that was Womack. 24-20. 3, and now we've got another foul. Chasing down the loose basketball. 2:01 to go here in the third. Silex basketball. Bowser's going to return now for Reese, who picked up her third.
You know, and that's some of the risks you take if you're Silex. If you're pressing, you're going to give up some things around the rim.
So Isom with it at the half-court line, and got away with a little bit of a backcourt violation, but those things happen occasionally. Ellis with it, works it out. Long 3 on the way from Kinsey. It's off the rim. Bowser comes down with the loose basketball. She's covered by Lady Owls and feeds it out to Pedersen. Pedersen to Campbell. Campbell all the way up. Shots up and good.
Right there, you had 3 Owls that were standing around that basketball, almost trapping the rebound. Can't ever have 3 in a trap, though.
With it is Mooney. She feeds it to Isom. Isom at the wing, and it's taken away by Campbell. Campbell chases down loose basketball, regains her dribble, and then stops and tries to execute an underhand shot, draws a foul, headed to the free throw line.
Yeah, this has been a good series by Campbell. She's gotten her hands on the ball, pushed the pace.
.118 to go here in the third. First free throw shot is up and good. 27-23 our score. 1:18 to go in the third, as Campbell will get a second. Second one off the back of the rim, bounces around, falls down to the hands of Kinsey. Kinsey hands it to Thurman. Thurman into the front court to Williams. Williams dribbles around, goes cross court into the hands of Womack. Womack throws up to Campbell, hits Bowser. Bowser in stride, shots off the glass, no good. Bounces around once again. Pedersen chases down the loose basketball. Over the far side, here comes a long 3. Bowser shots, or excuse me, that was Womack shots off. Now with this Pedersen, she drives into the paint, and it's what they were doing the first half, Coach, that you were talking about.
Yeah, and, you know, again, this is coming off multiple shot efforts. You know, long shots equal long rebounds. So you either got to be able to wedge somebody so where they can't touch it, or you got to go out pursue them. I really think this game's going to come down to rebounding.
Pedersen's first free throw shot, just short. She'll get a second. 49 ticks to go here in the third. Louisiana leads Silex 27-23. Again, Louisiana back in action tomorrow evening as they cross the river and head over to Pike County, Illinois for a battle of the Twin Pike Counties. We'll have that game for you right here on Eagle 102. Second free throw shot's on its way as well, or as good as well. Mudd over the far side, brings it back near side to Thurman. Thurman into the front court to Mudd on head of Silex's bench. Now in the near corner with it to Williams to Thurman. And another miscommunication as Mudd was flashing towards, and they threw it away.
Yeah, last 2 possessions, just some passing miscues. Really just got to get back to the basics, come back to the basketball.
Campbell's going to get it into Pedersen. Pedersen into the front court. Now with it to Powell. Powell dribbles with the right hand all the way down the block. Skips it out to Womack. Womack looks for the long 3. It's off the front of the rim. It's bounced around a couple times. Powell comes away with it. Her putback's no good. Now with this Bowser into Powell. Powell shots up and good. And both teams just continue the fight.
Yes.
Down to 8 seconds. Here comes Thurman. Gets it to Williams. Williams throws one up. And that is, 3 seconds left. Womack throws a long baseball pass, and that is how the third quarter ends. Louisiana on top by the score of 30-23. We got your final quarter of action coming up next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Southside, Lynn's Heritage House, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
This is Tracy Brookshire with Pike County Health Department Home Health and Hospice. Did you know our agency currently offers over 30 programs and services to our communities? The Women, Infant, and Children's Program, infant through adult immunizations, car seat safety courses, diabetes counseling, and of course our amazing home health and hospice programs, just to name a few. Learn more by visiting our website at pikecountyhealth.org and see what services you and your family could benefit from.
Fans, when you attend a high school game, do you stand at attention during the national anthem? Do you cheer a good play by the opposing team? If your team loses, do you take it well in stride? If you answered yes to any of those questions, you are showing positive examples of sportsmanship. Don't forget that when you attend high school events, young eyes are watching you for examples of acceptable behavior. By making a conscious effort, you'll be helping our students grow into better citizens. This message was brought to you by your friends at the Missouri State High School Activities Association and KJFM Eagle 102.
Follow area high school sports throughout the season on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Shelter Insurance Agent Tim Jenkins, Veolia Landscape Supply, Royal Banks, and
So, coaches, we get in
all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana.
So, coaches, we get into this final quarter. What's up for your team coming up?
We are strong into conference play. So on Friday we will take on Fort Zumwalt West and GAC South action.
3 from Maddie Isom. That's her third here in the second half, and she brings it within 4.
Out of that same corner.
I think she found her sweet spot. There she gets a turnover. She gets the steal, hits it to Mooney. Mooney takes it to the hole. Shots, it's off the front of the rim. Getting loose basketball is Campbell. Campbell ties it up. She feeds it to Pedersen. Pedersen throws into the front to Bowser. Bowser takes it off the glass. Her shot's no good. Powell and Gradicke, a battle of the 25s, hit the ground for the jump ball.
And I think Silex just has to be aware that crashing is great, but Louisiana is definitely starting to leak out. They've got to get two people sprinting back, 3 people crashing.
So you were talking about you all are in deep into conference play.
Yeah, we're starting conference play on, I should say, our third game of conference on Friday, and then the following week we'll be in the Washington tournament. So we'll get some different opponents, which is what we look for.
With it is Campbell. Campbell takes it to the elbow, kicks it up top to Powell, now near side with it to Womack. Womack to the free throw line to Bowser. Bowser takes in the paint. She goes up, draws that foul.
Getting back to the roots there with a little dribble drive action.
So with it, so that sends Bowser to the free throw line. She'll get to shoot 2. Spins the basketball, dribbles. Shot on the way. First one's up and good. Bowser, a junior for the Lady Bulldogs. Isom takes a seat as that was her 4th foul.
Now that will hurt.
Bowser's there for the second, and it's money. 32-26 is our score. Louisiana on top, over the far side with it to Mooney. In the front court to Hall. Hall at the elbow, works it around, brings it near side to Thurman. Thurman back to Mudd. Over the far side with it now to Mooney. Mooney looks inside to Gradicke. Gradicke shoots over top the defense. It's short with the rebound. Is Powell. Powell working against Thurman. Thurman making her work to get into the front court, cutting her off. They finally cross the half-court line. Powell takes in the paint, kicks it out to Pedersen. Pedersen goes to shoot over top. There's Maddie Hall drawing that foul.
Yeah, I mean, Louisiana's doing a great job redriving these closeouts. Silex is closing out hard. Louisiana's driving right by him, but right there on that shot. Floated a little bit forward, and she was able to get the call.
That's the second one I think Hall's drawing tonight. They're trying to get the ball down low to Gradicke, but it's tipped out of bounds by Womack.
And they're really starting to shade Gradicke's baseline shoulder, trying to take that baseline rep away.
Mudd, she wants a 3, and it's blocked by Womack. Here comes Gradicke inside, tries to feed it to Hall. Ball's loose. We're going to have another tie-up, another jump ball. So Mooney will now inbound along the baseline on the far side. They're set up in the box. They lob it right into Gradicke. One bounce. Her shot's too hard off the glass. With the rebound is Womack, and it's going to tie it up again. I feel like this year, I don't know how it is with you all, but I feel like this year we have seen more jump balls, which to me tells me the girls are getting more aggressive.
Yeah, sometimes it is aggressiveness. Sometimes I think it's, not being clean with the passing, allowing too many tips. But I think they both play a role.
With it on the near side on the wing, with it is Powell. She takes it between the circles. She dribbles around, looks for the back door, now finds Campbell over on the far wing. She brings it in the paint. In some trouble, and Gradicke's going to pick up the foul. That'll be the 5th team foul for Silex, only the 2nd for Gradicke, so she's in no trouble here in the 4th with 5:57 to go. Louisiana leading 32-26.
Another back cut.
Campbell
Good
loses
backside help there.
Campbell lost it, and it started rolling out. Last touch by the Dogs. And both teams have had some really impressive plays this evening. Some of them probably would have looked a little prettier if they were able to finish, but overall, they're good ideas.
Very good ideas. I mean, that was the right cut. The difference was that Silex had that help side there waiting for it, which was the correct defensive move.
So Thurman to Mooney. Back to Thurman, a little pitch and catch, and this 1-2-2 setup from Louisiana's defense. Mooney brings it back near side to Thurman. The corner to Mudd. Back up top to Thurman. She looks inside now, once again down to Mudd. Kinsey came in and replaced Gradicke. Mooney has it now over at the far side. Thurman gives a fake back to Mooney again. She's going to drive it all the way down. Goes up strong. Her shot's no good with the rebound. It's Powell. Powell pushes it into the front court. Kicks it out to Bowser. Bowser in the paint. Lobs it to Pedersen on the near side. Now to Campbell. Swings it over to Womack. Once again in the hands of Powell. Powell guarded by Mudd. Brings it near side to Bowser. She tries to find her going back door and finds Pedersen instead. Womack with it to Bowser. Bowser has it tipped away into the hands of Powell at the free throw line. Bowser takes it in the paint. Her shot's blocked. Coming away with the loose basketball is Hall. Hall over to Mooney. Mooney into the front court up to Thurman. Thurman spins. Nice move. Drives along the baseline. Kicks it out to Mudd. Mudd looks for the three, and they're going to wave it off and call a travel.
That was a great wall up by Kate Kinsey there. Not to foul. Be strong.
So Louisiana Silex with the 2-2-1 now.
The question will be how long Isom stays on that bench. It's always a tough call.
4:41 to go in the ball game. And there's Mooney coming up big. She smacks that one out of bounds. Going to force Louisiana to do it again. Chapman comes in for Powell. And it looks like it'll be Campbell to inbound once again. Campbell looks over the far side of Chapman. Back to Campbell. Campbell up to Chapman. Trying to break this defense and get in the front court, and they're going to call the travel. The defense, the pressure got to her a little bit.
Yeah, and I think Coach James knows that they do not want to be playing in the half-court offense. They want to be able to get some quick turnovers, hopefully get to the rim, either pick up some buckets or get fouled.
Mooney with the basketball again. She's working against Bowser. Picks up her dribble, brings it back near side to Mudd. Mudd drives the baseline, feeds it inside. Shots up, it's deflected. And Hall's going to let it go out of bounds as his last touch by Louisiana, so stay with the Owls. Emily Powell into the basketball game again, along with Gradicke, as Mudd and Campbell take a seat. 32-26 our score. Louisiana leads Silex. 4:16 to go here in the ball game. Maddie Hall with it on the near side. She takes it down the block. Tries to feed it inside, back out to Kinsey. Now to Mooney. Swings it far side to Thurman. Thurman stops, pops. Her shot's over the rim. Kinsey with the loose basketball. Thurman's going to try it again. Same result. And now there's a little collision. And I believe Kinsey's going to probably pick up the foul just because she was on the court and they got tangled up.
Yep. I think it could be Gradicke too. I don't. Nope. 20.
No, they gave it to Gradicke.
Oh, okay.
Coach James questioned it a little bit. So, with the basketball is going to be Louisiana. So they line up all four across the free throw line. They get into Bowser, who gets it to Powell. Powell into the front court. She dribbles right into Maddie Hall, and we got a jump ball, and it's headed back to Silex. So Thurman gets it right into Mooney. Mooney pushes it back to Thurman. Thurman down to Gradicke. She makes room. Shots up. Count the bucket and the foul.
That was a tough move. You know, Powell was on her baseline shoulder, and she still went baseline and finished tough.
And now Coach Branstedter's discussing the foul call.
And here comes Isom.
You wondered how long she would be on the bench. So we got 3:44 to go here in the ball game. It's a 4-point game. Louisiana top 32-28. Free throw line is Gradicke. She rattles it down to make it a 3-point game.
The question is, can Isom keep her energy without getting her hands involved?
And there's another steal by Louisiana, but ends up
She's
got to
get out of there. She's got to get out.
And there she goes. There is her 5th foul. And we'll walk to the other end for a 1-and-1.
You know, and she's a junior, and, you know, Coach James, obviously in that point, felt comfortable putting her back in, and I think that's okay. But as a player, you know, she's played her heart out. She's obviously had a big role in how things have swung the second half. But you just got to leave it. Keep your activity and leave your hands off.
Move your feet. Free throw shots up and good from Pedersen. But again, players like that, you know, they're fun to watch. You know, watch them develop and grow over the years. So Pedersen's second free throw shot on the way, and it's off the rim. Chasing it down to Mooney. She finds Gradicke, back to Thurman. Thurman will bring it across the front half-court line into the front court, dish it off to Ellis. Ellis back out to Thurman. Thurman, Mooney. Looks like Louisiana's dropped into a 2-3 zone, and Womack comes up hard, knocks that one out of bounds.
Womack has impacted this game as much as any player, just defensively, being able to just change shots, get tips.
So Silex inbounds it, throws it up top to Ellis. Ellis takes it to the free throw line, looks down low to Hall. Hall shots up and good.
Silex took advantage of a Louisiana player going for a steal there.
With it is Chapman into the front court to Womack. Womack goes cross court to Powell, and she rushed the pass and goes out of bounds. Campbell will return. With 2:57 to go, Womack takes the seat. So Thurman into Mooney. 1-2-2 defense from Louisiana. Thurman back to Mooney. Mooney takes it down and hits Hall. Hall works it around, looks inside, nothing there. Back up top to Mooney, now brings it near side to Thurman. Once again, back to Mooney. Mooney dribbles around, kicks it out to Hall. Hall works to split the defense, lobs it off to Mooney. Mooney finds Thurman top of the key. With the left hand, she brings it back near side. Mooney working up the top. They try to feed it down low, get it in the hands of Hall, and Hall's going to get tied up with Campbell.
As much as you don't want to turn it over there, to be honest with you, Silex has gotten more out of their press tonight than half-court offense consistently. May not be a bad thing for them to get right back on defense and try to get something quick.
We got a timeout with 2:21 to go here in the ball game. Louisiana leads 33-31. We've got more high school basketball headed your way next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, Castile's Color Wheel, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. The crew and I at Mid-America are qualified to do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair, state inspections, run diagnostics, and more. We also sell used vehicles. Check out our lot or visit our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com. Remember, if you find yourself stuck on the side of the road, just give us a call. We offer 24-hour towing and roadside assistance. Mid-America Auto and Towing, where quality work and customer service is our top priority. Just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
The area's best coverage of high school sports on Eagle 102, brought to you by Pike County Health Department, People's Savings Bank, and All Parts.
So out of the timeout, Louisiana leads this one 33-31, 2:21 to go here in the ball game. Louisiana's actually led most this game. They have control of the basketball now as Campbell will inbound.
With this four cross, looking for that quick gut cut right up the middle.
So with it is Campbell once again, gets it to Chapman. Chapman into the front court, back to Campbell. Campbell takes it to the elbow, now swings it near side to Bowser. Bowser back out to Campbell. Campbell thought about the three. Instead, thought the official was a player and threw it into the backcourt, and it's a backcourt violation.
Now the question for Louisiana will be who is going to step up and calm them down. You know, if they aren't filled with experience at this point, who has that ability?
So Womack returns. Chapman will take a seat. Mooney with it for now for the Owls. Brings it near side to Thurman. Thurman on the wing, goes cross court with it to Mooney. Mooney looks inside, finds Hall, who kicked out behind the arc. Picks up her dribble, now again around the horn we go. Thurman back to Mooney, inside to Gradicke. Gradicke in the paint, loses the handle into the hands of Louisiana's Powell. Powell pushes it into the front court. Looks to take it all the way in, kicks it out to Campbell, now to Bowser. Bowser back to Powell, who's behind the arc. She brings it between the circles. Down to a minute 30 to go here in the ball game. She works against Maddie Hall. Now the far side to Womack. Womack back to Powell. Louisiana appears just to be trying to kill some clock.
Yes, they are.
And Mooney takes care of that as she gets the steal. Bounces off to Thurman. Thurman takes out the glass too hard. Mooney with the putback. It's no good. Now comes Ellis. And finally coming away with the loose basketball was Pedersen, and I believe that'll be another foul on Silex.
We talked about, I really believe this is going to come down to boards right there. Silex had 3 opportunities right there in the paint. Weren't able to put any down, and then frustration foul there by Thurman. But again, might be of their benefit to get someone at the line and try to get this ball back in their possession, push the pace.
So it's still just a 1-and-1. It's only the 8th team foul for Silex here with 1:11 to go in the ball game. Reagan Bowser's free throw shots on the way off the back of the rim. It's Thurman with the rebound. Thurman into the front court, has her pocket picked. She saves it from going out of bounds. No, she does not. Did a nice job trying to toe that line.
Yep.
So Louisiana with it again, 33-31, 1:06 to go in the ball game. The JV game went into overtime. Louisiana gets it down to Bowser. Bowser takes it off the glass. Her shot's up and good. Makes it 35-31. It's Thurman. Thurman into the front court, off over to the far side to Mooney. Mooney down low to Gradicke. She kisses it off the glass. And it's good. Back to that 2-point game. We're down to 46 ticks to go. Powell with the basketball. She dribbles around trying to get away from Thurman. Coming up to help.
Great read.
Ellis saves it from going out of bounds, and unfortunately, the teammate can't quite get to it.
That was a great read by Carly Ellis. So don't want to give up an easy bucket here.
So with it is Campbell. Campbell's looking to get it in, gets it into Pedersen. Back to Campbell, back to Pedersen.
Coach James wants him to scramble a little bit.
Powell gets in the front court to Bowser, and she tries to feed it down underneath, and now she's going to be fouled. And they're going to tag Hall or Gradicke.
And I agree with that strategy. You know, you want to let your team scramble a little bit, see if they can get a deflection, especially after all they've gotten tonight. They go for that basketball. Then if they foul, you're still able to get this possession.
So still just a 1-and-1. Bowser's first free throw shot. Rims in and out, no good. Gradicke with the rebound.
Go to it.
He gets it to Thurman. Thurman spins. She takes it to far side. Gets it to Mooney. Mooney down low. Finds Gradicke in the paint.
Great
Shots
look.
up, and it's good. We're tied at 35 all. Coach Branstad says, I want to talk to the Lady Dogs about it because we're tied 35 all with 13.9 seconds to go here in the basketball game. We'll be back with the final ticks after this on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Kara and Cliff at Show Me Caviar, LLC. Elisha Koenig, owner-broker of Remax Realty Shop, and PJ's Salon.
At Pike County Memorial Hospital, we know how important athletics are for your kids, but with an active lifestyle of sports come health risks and safety hazards. As a certified athletic trainer at Pike County Memorial Hospital, I work closely with our primary care physicians, orthopedic doctors, and physical therapists. We can make a difference between safe play and dangerous injuries for your athletes. Working with Bowling Green, Clopton, and Louisiana schools, our goal is to provide the best possible outcome for your athlete. I'm Casey Sutton, certified athletic trainer with Pike County Memorial Hospital. I'm at work while your athletes are at play.
Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Brought to you by Cellular and Satellite Center, Pike County Memorial Hospital, and Community State Bank of Missouri.
Coach Rita Thurman said in her favorite memories is any close game that they play, and I think she's getting her wish on senior night.
Oh, yeah, she is.
35 all, 39.9 ticks. Louisiana's basketball. Campbell gets it into Womack to Pedersen. Pedersen's going to travel. And that's just one of those young mental mistakes.
Yeah, and it was a smart play by Silex. They've been hitting that gut cut all night, that little quick first cut. And Louisiana's been able to get some good things from it. But right there, I believe it was, I think it was Carly Ellis. I'm pretty sure she was standing right behind her. She was waiting on her and got that travel call.
They took another timeout. While they're talking about it, let's catch up. You mentioned that you're headed into conference play. Got a couple big games coming up. Some folks don't know you're all Class 6, so you've got a little while still before you hit districts.
Yeah, we have a little while, and every game is a tough one for us. You are facing, some great talent night in, night out, and we are truly challenged on both sides of the ball.
So, who are some of your all's key opponents throughout the year?
Yeah, in the GAC South, we have opponents like Troy, Hal, Timberland, Hal North. We face tough opponents. Again, every night in conference, anybody can win on any given night. To win on the road is very difficult. But just the longevity of a season, and I have a pretty, I would say, young team overall. I have a lot of sophomores and one senior and one junior. So lots of ups and downs.
And how long have you been coaching there, Coach?
10 years.
Wow. All right, so it's Mooney with the basketball. Down to 9. Gets it to Mudd. Mudd looking for the long three. It's off the mark with the rebound. It's going to go out of bounds. Gradicke chases it out of bounds. And I have a feeling this one's headed to overtime as well.
Well, and here, I'm sure Coach James is going to talk about it, but what you have to avoid is anything silly, anything that would be a touch foul or losing body control to be able to give Louisiana even a chance. Something's going to be going long here. So what you can't do is let people get behind you, and then you cannot lose control of your body on that catch. But it has to be something, I would think something long, and then my thought is you get a dribble per second / a shot per second, so they have 2 seconds. So really, you're not going to have time for much more than either getting that catch and a shot or a catch and maybe one dribble and up. That's be about all you're going to get.
Well, and I think, depending on what they're setting up, personally, you might even want to put someone, whether it's Gradicke or Thurman or even Hall there on that inbound to guard that inbound, because it's going to be hard to throw over top of them.
Yeah, I think when you know that they're going to have to go longer, putting someone on the inbounder makes a lot more sense. So I think you might see that.
And we see Womack in the backcourt.
Gradicke's out, so
I think Coach James is anticipating this going to overtime. As they get to Pedersen, nope, right to Williams. Williams throws it up at the buzzer, and it's no good. We're headed to overtime. So we're tied at 35 all. We'll start overtime next here on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by People's Bank and Trust, County Market, and Pike County Memorial Hospital.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of the 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
Hey, this is Ryan with Mid-America Auto and Towing in Bowling Green. The crew and I at Mid-America are qualified to do everything from preventative maintenance to engine repair, state inspections, run diagnostics, and more. We also sell used vehicles. Check out our lot or visit our website, midamericaautoandtowing.com. Remember, if you find yourself stuck on the side of the road, just give us a call. We offer 24-hour towing and roadside assistance. Mid-America Auto and Towing, where quality work and customer service is our top priority. Just off Highway 54 in Bowling Green, your one-stop shop for all your automotive needs.
Follow Area High School Sports on KJFM Radio. Brought to you by Brown's Processing and Smokehouse Meats, Young Enterprises, and Family Drug.
So we're headed into overtime, tied up at 35 all, 4 minutes on the clock. Maddie Isom out of the ball game with 5 fouls for Silex, but I think that's the only one that's out for either team. So everybody maneuvering around. It's going to be Womack again, jumping center against Gradicke. And ball's tipped around. Louisiana with the ball. And it's going to go out of bounds. Last touch by Silex. Got some stomping and clapping from the student section down from us as Campbell looks to inbound at the head of Louisiana's bench. They move around. They find Powell. Powell cross court to Bowser. Bowser shots up and good.
That was very well executed. Little back screen, little opening, and then a drop-off pass.
Thurman looks over the far side to Mooney. They find Gradicke at the elbow. It looks like Womack's going to pick up the foul, and it's a 1-and-1 for Gradicke.
And that's one of the few mistakes I feel like Womack's made tonight. You know, you want to be aggressive, but you don't want to stop the clock and put Silex on the line here.
Especially as a senior who's shot well from the charity stripe this evening. Free throw shot on the way, and just like that, jinxed her. Ball's loose, going to go out of bounds. They'll say it's last touch by Louisiana. The Owls keep it.
And that was Thurman again. That's the second free throw situation where she has caused Louisiana to tip it off out of bounds.
And Gradicke's fouled once again. She's headed back to the free throw line. And this time it's by Bowser. And I think this is one of those times where Coach Derek Bransters might be getting a little frustrated with his girls for not keeping their composure here after it's come as far as they have. Gradicke shots off the back of the rim. Ball's loose, and it's Powell with the rebound. She pushes it into the front court. Works it around, finds Bowser. Womack. Womack works the three, and she drains it.
And I honestly was just waiting for that. She's had her feet set all night. She's had good misses. She drains it.
And Hall with it. Powell collides with Hall, so now Maddie Hall is going to go to the charity stripe. Louisiana with the 5-point lead with 3:18 to go here in overtime.
I think if with Womack out on the perimeter, you've got to make her dribble. She wants to do one thing, and that's to shoot the rock. Got to make her a driver.
So Gradicke, they pull her off. Don't want a rebounding foul. Maddie Hall's going to get to shoot. Oh, she's going to get to shoot two, as that's the 10th team foul. Free throw shot up and net.
I'm going to watch Thurman here and see if she tries to spin or X or do something. She's gotten her hands on a lot of basketballs here in the free throw situation.
Maddie Hall dribbles again. Shot on the way. And it's off the side, and Campbell comes away with it. Campbell feeds it to Powell. Powell back to Pedersen. Pedersen trying to get around Thurman. Throw in the front court to Powell. And now she's going to be fouled, and I believe it's Hall that's going to get tagged. And she was trying to reach from behind to smack it out.
And I think, you got to think about wanting to foul Bowser here. I mean, again, I don't know her percentage on the year, but this game she's missed, I think, 3 or 4, or maybe, I think, a couple at least here at the end of regulation. And it's hard for players to forget about that, even if you're a good free throw shooter.
So Emily Powell at the line, she drains the first one. Second free throw shot on the way. Off the back of the rim, and it's Hall that goes tall and pulls down the rebound. She kicks it out to Mooney. Mooney brings it into the front court, brings it back near side to Thurman. Thurman into the paint and has her pocket picked. And it's Campbell, and we got a timeout as Campbell slid to get the loose basketball. Coach Branster called timeout. We'll take one as well. 2:55 to go here in overtime. Louisiana leads Silex at 41-36. You're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Southside, Lynn's Heritage House, and Rick Rodhouse, Country Financial Representative.
The Mercantile Bank of Louisiana is introducing Merc BK Mobile with the ability to take a picture of your check and deposit it into your Mercantile Bank account. You'll never have to worry about getting to the bank. Find more information by visiting mercbk.com. The Mercantile Bank, located on the corner of 3rd and Georgia Streets in downtown Louisiana. Member FDIC.
High school sports on your area sports leader, Eagle 102. Brought to you by Bowling Green Tractor, Vicki Cadwalder Real Estate, and Ingram Plumbing.
So, Coach, now I need you to do a favor for us. And so we've been trying to get Tiffany to come and do some games with us, and she won't do it. She said she can't do it. We wouldn't allow her on the radio because she'd yell too much.
Talking about Tiffany Brown?
I am. We tried.
We definitely got to get her on.
So I feel like maybe as a former teammate, if you start, be like, well, I did it, why can't you? Maybe we'll eventually get her up here.
Yeah, Tiffany Brown, if you're listening, you need to get on this broadcast.
So with the basketball's Bowser, they get in the front court to Powell. Powell's tripped up, and Campbell gets the loose basketball. Womack with it, far side to Pedersen. Pedersen swings it now between the circles to Bowser, and right back now to Powell. Powell takes it in the paint, kicks it out to Bowser. Now to Womack. Feeder set again. Another three on the way, and it's money once again.
She's the only one that you got to make sure you're within striking distance to get her to drive.
Thurman holds the basketball near side with it now. Back to Thurman. Thurman to Mooney. Hands it off to Mudd. Mudd wants a three. Looking to answer. Rims in and out. Powell with the rebound. She's running toe-to-toe with Thurman. Thurman's going to get the foul and send Powell back to the free throw line.
I mean, you can talk about the big shot by Womack there, but equally is Bowser making that one more pass. She knew that was not her shot. She did a one more. She got it to her teammate, and she knocks it down with confidence.
So Emily Powell at the charity stripe. Shot rims in and out. No good. Gradicke returns now for Williams.
And right here it comes down like we got to get – I say we. We've got to be able to get these boards here off these free throws.
I understand once an out, always an out from what I hear.
Yeah, I think that's right.
Free throw shot is good. 45-36. That's the largest lead of the night for Louisiana as we're in overtime with 2:09 to go. Over the far side with it now to Mooney. Mooney drives that baseline, brings it near side to Mudd. Up top with it Thurlman. Thurlman takes it in the paint, kicks it out to Mooney. Mooney looks for the three. It's a long one. Short. It's going to go out of bounds. And they'll say back to Louisiana.
And there's still a lot of time left. You want to
yeah.
continue to get to that basket. To me, if I'm Louisiana, the last thing I want to do is foul. We have the lead at this time, so I don't want to foul. So force that action, make them have to make a play.
Campbell with the basketball to Bowser. Bowser up front to Powell. Powell down low to Pedersen. Shots up off the glass, and it's the largest lead of the night at 11 for Louisiana as we're down to 1:43 to go in the overtime. I think they showed a lot of patience right there, Coach.
Yes, they did.
And there's a takeaway by Womack as they tried to lob it down low into Hall. However, tries to kick it back out to Campbell and ends up in the hands of Sarah Gradicke, which probably wouldn't be a problem if she wasn't sitting on the bench. So Thurlman between the scorer's table and Silex's bench gets it into Mooney. She spins, kicks out to Mudd. Mudd wants that three, and it's partially tipped. Coming away with loose basketballs, Bowser, and she's going to be fouled by Mooney. Looks like Kinsey's going to set to return as well. All right, Coach, I'm going to ask you this because we've had this question a couple different times and we actually haven't had the opportunity to really talk about it with the coach. We've seen a lot of teams this year pull their players, the offensive players, from the free throw line. And so basically you're left there just with the defense. What is the perks of that?
Well, I guess I would first talk about the things that I don't like about it. What I don't like about it is that it is a different look for your shooter. And so that piece of it I don't like. The positive would be you're not risking those fouls trying to get a rebound off this free throw that would then stop the clock and put the other team on the line. So I think that's the pros. The cons is it looks a lot different to your shooter.
Yeah,
it feels different.
It's something new that we've seen a lot more of this year, and we've talked about it a couple different times on there. Here comes a three. And it misses everything by Kinsey, but it's saved. Nice save by Thurlman. Ends up in the hands of Louisiana. Powell chases it down. Works around. I always assume that the coaches have their reasoning behind it, but was just kind of curious maybe what we were missing.
Yeah, I really believe leave them there, and then you just make sure your players know that we will not get a foul here trying to go over the back for an offensive rebound.
Yeah. So Thurlman's going to send Emily Powell back to the charity stripe. And it looks like Carly Ellis is going to return. That was the fourth foul on Thurlman with 48 ticks to go here. Louisiana leading 49-36. Free throw shot up off the back of the rim. So Ellis is going to return now for Thurlman. As Emily Powell stands, it looks like Deprecia Chapman's, and they're going to let it go? No. Okay, that was interesting enough. I guess they're going to count the bucket as Louisiana is swapping out players in the middle of the free throw.
And a great gesture by Coach James getting Thurlman and Gradicke both out of the game.
Get their cheers here as the time winds down. We're under a minute to go. It's a 14-point lead for Louisiana. Mooney to Hall. Hall with the left hand dribbles from the elbow extended. Works it around, dishes it off to Mooney. Mooney brings it to the near side to Williams. Working that weave now to Kinsey. Kinsey looks as it's down to 27 seconds. Kinsey bounces off of Campbell. And we're going to have another jump ball. Arrow stays with Silex. And it looks like Coach Branstedter's clearing his bench as Stewart and Reese come in along with Emerson Bradley for the final 20 ticks. Gradicke's also going to return. Coming in for Hall. They get a high five.
Maddie Hall, another senior.
Thurman gets it into
Kate
Mooney.
Kinsey, another senior.
Long three is money by Rita Thurman. My gosh, that's NBA downtown. So 50-39. And some trouble was Reese. And I believe that's it for Thurman. That'll be her fifth with 7.4 seconds to go here in the ball game.
You got to love her playing hard through the very last possession, seconds. A lot of players today will stop playing and let the seconds come off the clock, and that is something I'm not a fan of.
So with it is Reese. Jalea Reese's first free throw shot's up and good. 51-39. Reese spins the ball once again. Shot on the way. Off the back of the rim, hits the front of the rim, falls through the hoop. 52-39. Mooney into the front court. Feeds it to Ellis. Ellis to Mudd. Mudd wants a long through. And that's it. That's how this one ends. Louisiana gets the win, 52-39. We've got your postgame show coming up next.
The Eagle 102 postgame show is coming up.
Some of my fondest childhood memories are from volunteering with my grandmother. Helping others was her passion. She'd always say, the sweetest fruits of life come from serving others. And she was right.
At Shelter Insurance, we strive to make a positive impact in the communities where we work and live.
See me, Tim Jenkins, at 3404 Georgia Street for a free insurance review.
Castile Color Wheel has been proudly serving Pittsfield and the surrounding community since 1950 and is an expanded retail area. They began as a paint retailer handling Benjamin Moore and Pittsburgh paints, developing into a full-service decorating center, including wall coverings and Hunter Douglas custom window treatments. Castile over the years has expanded with home decor, high-quality gift items, bridal and baby registry, an upscale ladies and children's boutique, open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. until 5 p.m., and Saturday, 8 until noon. Let Castile's be your one-stop shop, located just off the northwest corner of the square in Pittsfield.
Bowling Green Tractor wants to change the way you think about yard work with their Ego 56-volt ARC lithium battery-powered lawnmowers, weed eaters, blowers, trimmers, and chainsaws. At Bowling Green Tractor, you can walk in and see for yourself just how easy these products are to handle. Bowling Green Tractor, your home for Ego. Power beyond belief.
Don't have time to stop by the bank? That's not a problem if you're a customer of People's Bank and Trust. With our mobile and online banking service, you can now bank from anywhere. Deposit checks, pay bills, transfer funds between accounts, check the latest activity on your account, and view images of your checks, all from the convenience of your desktop and smartphone. So start banking on your schedule and download the People's Bank and Trust app today. People's Bank and Trust, hometown banking the way it should be. Member FDIC.
The most complete coverage of high school sports is on Eagle 102, and it's brought to you by Mid-America Auto and Towing, the Mercantile Bank, and Pike County Mutual Insurance.
Hear all the action from the Eagle 102 broadcast booth, sponsored by Family Drug in Louisiana. Time now for the Eagle 102 postgame show on KJFM.
Well, the Louisiana Bulldogs came into Silex High School tonight on senior night and picked up the conference win of 52-39. And really, it was Louisiana leading most of this game, Coach Leek. And I think that really shots just weren't falling for the Owls.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was a combination of things. I mean, I don't know Louisiana's, I don't know their record or their play up to this point, but when I look at them, they present a lot of problems. Their length is long at almost every position except for a couple of those guard spots in which their activity then buys up for that. So I really think it's just hard to score against Louisiana when they are in that half-court defense. And so Silex was either forced to score in transition off that press or get a player like Isom get hot and hit a few. But, of course, we know that towards the end of the game, you know, that was impacted with her foul trouble.
And as you mentioned, she was she fouled out before regulation was over with. Sat on the bench for a little while in the fourth quarter. The 4 fouls came in, I think it was like with 3:44 to go in the ball game, and just was aggressive there on the defense and picked up her 5th foul pretty quick, which sat her down. And you mentioned beforehand that you thought that might hurt, and I think it definitely did in overtime.
Yeah, I mean, she brings a lot of spirit to that team. And it's not just that she get a steal or not get a steal. It's she forces players to do what they don't want to do, which then makes them throw passes they don't want to throw, shoot shots that they don't want to shoot, or shoot them quicker than what they want. And now all of a sudden you got a turnover, or you got a quick possession, and now the ball's back in your hands and you get to push the pace.
And, we talked about that these two are going to turn around. They're going to meet up again on Monday, and I have a feeling that Silex is going to come out with a different look.
Yeah, I think Coach James is great at making adjustments, and so being able to play this game and see how it played out, I think will be a big tool in terms of moving forward and knowing where he wants to attack next.
All right. Remember, those brackets are available online now at kjfmradio.com. They face off, as I mentioned, on Monday evening. Silex, the number 3 seed, with Louisiana, the number 6 seed. The Dogs get the win here tonight, 52-39. We're going to take our final break of the night. We'll be back to wrap things up as you're listening to high school basketball on Eagle 102.
Game of the Week coverage brought to you by Bibb Veach and Collier Funeral Homes and Crematory, Castile's Color Wheel, and Advanced Physical Therapy.
I'm Alicia Koenig, owner of RE/MAX Realty Shop in Bowling Green. Whether buying or selling, you need an agent who has the right connections and strategies to help you reach your goals. RE/MAX Realty Shop team is here to help.
I'm Mark Long.
I'm Allison Miller.
I'm Les Orr.
I'm Kelly Crane.
I'm Zach Miller.
I'm Brittany Kidd.
I'm Zach Browning.
Whether you want someone to take the wheel for you, or maybe you are just feeling overwhelmed with the process, give us a call today. We'll both be glad you did. RE/MAX Realty Shop, Business 61 South in Bowling Green.
Royal Banks is your community bank with locations throughout St. Louis, St. Charles, Northeast Missouri, Granite City, and Jerseyville, Illinois. A Royal Bank branch is not far away. Royal Banks bring experienced staff and products and services designed to meet your professional and personal financial needs. Investing in our communities, one client at a time. Call 314-212-1500 today. Royal Banks of Missouri, member FDIC and equal opportunity lender.
Great hair doesn't happen by chance. It happens by an appointment with PJ Salon. Make your appointment today and look your absolute best. Gift certificates for your someone special are always available, and walk-ins are welcome at PJ Salon. You may have 99 problems, but your hair doesn't have to be one of them. PJ Salon in Louisiana.
The best coverage of high school sports on KJFM is brought to you by County Market in Louisiana and Vandalia, Perkins Electrical Services, and Bowling Green Pharmacy.
All right, well, Coach, as we wrap up tonight, any final thoughts on these games from you?
Well, I just think two teams that laid everything out on the line tonight, both had plays that they probably would want back, but defensively, they both imposed their wills in different ways. I think both showed strengths in different areas, and I think they will look forward to this next matchup here in really, I guess, just a few days.
Yeah, really, it sure does. Again, that game is going to be on Monday. We've got Louisiana back in action for you tomorrow night as we have a fun doubleheader for you. Louisiana girls will make the trip over to Pittsfield to take on the Griggsville Perry Lady Sockies. They are playing in Pittsfield. The other game will be the Louisiana boys hosting the Pittsfield boys. So we'll start with the girls game. Once it's complete, we'll end up with the boys game. So catch both of those right here on Eagle 102, online at kjfmradio.com, on the KJFM radio app, and, of course, on Alexa. Coach, really appreciate you sitting in tonight. It's been fun catching up with you. It seems just like yesterday that 2001 was here. It's been a moment, though.
Yeah, and, KJFM has played such a big part in my experience as a high school athlete, like listening to games and just really just being able to follow everybody has always been such an important piece of the experience. So I just want to thank you guys for continuing to do it. I feel like sometimes it gets lost in now the live stream world, but this to me is awesome just to listen to and to hear just the play-by-play and to get a sense and a feel for what's going on the floor. It just brings it to a different level.
We wish you and your team the best of luck as you continue through the season. If you're ever in the area, please give us a call. Let us know. We'd love to have you back. We've had lots of people commenting on how excited they were to hear you once again this evening. We know that based on your introductions tonight, you're still a legend in this part, whether you want to be or not.
Well, I've had a great time. I thank you for inviting me up here, and I'm always excited to come back here, so I would love to join you anytime.
So for Coach Haley Leek, I'm Marion Everhart. You've been listening to EMO Conference Basketball. The Louisiana Bulldogs defeat the Silex Lady Owls 52-39. Till tomorrow night, you're high school basketball on Eagle 102.
You've been listening to Area High School Sports on Eagle 102. Join us each week as we bring you the best of area high school sports on air at 102.1, online at kjfmradio.com, and on the KJFM radio app. You can find a full recap of scores online and daily during Eagle 102 Sports, all from your area sports leader, KJFM Radio.